Such a euphoric effect.
Chilling at the head of the table where the bosses sit, stunning everything in sight, whether it's in the bloodline or corporate. Walk me out, they made a big smile, no handcuffed by officers. Hold on, wait, I think they lost the script, we got some shooters. Pow.
Pew.
Off the
Off
hip.
the hip.
Chilling at the head of the table where the bosses sit, stunning everything in sight, whether it's in the bloodline or corporate. Walk me out, they rain a big smile, no handcuffed by officers. Hold on, wait, I think they lost the script, we got some shooters. Pow. It's off the hip. Chilling at the head of the table where the bosses sit, stunning everything in sight, whether it's in the bloodline or corporate. Walk me out the arena, big smile, no handcuffed by officers. Hold on, wait, I think they lost the script. We got some shooters.
All right, chat. Let me know if y'all in the building. You know what time it is.
The time it is to be alive on a Monday afternoon in Ottawa, Ontario, Canada. My brother H, how you doing?
I'm good. My brother Razor, how you doing?
Another day in paradise. And as you can see, or if chat can see the thumbnail, I got a match with the boys here real quick for the one time. Shout out to Oaktown, Town Business. 415-510 in this bitch. Woo! You know, I'm
Shout
gonna be
out to
honest
them,
real
man.
quick. I gotta be honest real quick. At first, I didn't know how to feel about that closing segment, but the more I rewatched it, the more I can't help but feel elated and excited because, love it or hate it, this was desperately needed for the tag team division that is dead in the water. Tell me
Hell,
when I'm telling
this is
lies.
desperate. This is desperately needed for Royce Keys too, if I
Talk
might
to
say.
him.
Yeah, like I felt like they had him on some very cookie cutter babyface business to start. You know, like I see what they tried to do with him and Jacob. Okay, I wasn't too mad at that. I wasn't a great fan of it. But this, okay. Again, what we spoke about the other day, a mean streak. We talked about it with Lara Valkyria. She's looking better out here now with this mean streak. She wasn't able to go on that mean streak as a baby face. So this fresh coat of paint. Right, let's not go back to them times. And I feel like with Royce Keys too, I hope he changes his gear too. Like, not that his gear was bad, but this is a chance to really reinvent the wheel right here. Like a fresh coat of paint, you could do something special right here.
Keep the black white beater, keep the black jeans. If you want to keep rock with the butters, I'm not mad at that. We're gonna rock with some all black boots or whatever. That's cool too. But that as they call it, that urban look, that street look, that gutter look. Don't be afraid of that. Rep the culture.
These dudes are massive. They look jacked. And I'm not gonna lie, the moves look dangerous.
And speaking of dangerous, like, what was your? I'm laughing because I'm rewatching right now. Your reaction when they gave Ellenette that very intricate tag team move right before that spine buster. You saw the little tilt tour. Even was the Graves was like, whoa. It was like, what is this?
Yeah, like I don't know if because that's a kind of a new move. Like I don't know if LA Knight overshot throwing himself up there. If these guys threw himself, but I could see that they kind of had to catch him back down. Like, hold on, because it looked like he was going to land on his head there. That's how crazy the move looked. Now, them guys were in full control, so I'm not saying it was a botch.
Wrong.
Yeah, let's not get it twisted. I'm not saying it was a botch. What I'm saying is that's how dangerous the move looked. Like they sold me on it. Wow. And even the outside stuff with Jay, the arms, I'm like, dang, that looked like it kind of hurts. Like, imagine just two dudes holding you in the air, one arm, the other arm. Like,
do we call that a double razor's edge, or what do we call it? Because we've seen an iteration of that before. I vividly remember, what was it? Harper and Rowan do something like that, something very similar. I don't know if the person like lifted their legs up like that, or if they just let the legs go limp. But again, that's not an easy thing to do. And Well, all love the Big Jim. He's no small man.
This is what I'm saying. Like, I think credit also got to be given, like you said, to Jay and LA Knight for at this stage in their careers being able to, take those moves, sell them, and be safe. Cause I'm not gonna lie, this is a debut to speak on. I feel 50-50. I don't know if that's where you at with the numbers, but I feel 50-50. Like on one end, I love it because the guy, everybody looked great. But on the other end, storyline wise, I'm kind of like, where does this fit in? Like, okay,
Time
yeah,
will tell.
Royce Keys was hurt, and LA Knight and Solo Sikoa didn't check on him.
Well, I have some words about it, but I'll allow our lovely fans to wait and see because something you and I talked about before, but we'll get on to that when we get to the main event. But as
I
we
bet.
lead off with a very interesting. I mean, not interesting as in it was different. I mean, yes, we've seen the Bloodline open the show, close the show before, but again, let's be honest. Solo, that boy done spread his wings. He is the hottest thing since sliced bread right now. This man can do no wrong. We lead off with LA Knight coming out, letting folks know what happened way back when. Solo comes out, but before we hear the music, we just hear, yeah.
Yeah.
But
Now I like
again,
the chemistry that they building. I'm not gonna lie, but it just the team doesn't look coordinated to me. Like they just look like strange bedfellows so much that I can't get past it. Like
you know what it kind of reminds me to in a weird way. Remember the 2-man power trip?
yeah, I definitely like that's one of the thoughts that came to mind with this team. Kind of where it's like, man, it works, but it still looks kind of weird to me.
And they're, I mean, granted, microphone wise, I mean, we should be surprised by their chemistry, but given how their characters have been portrayed to us, this shouldn't work on paper, yet it is. But what kind of got me the most was Ellen and I kind of stopped her saying, "Hey, I let you get away with two, Yaz. Don't get carried away now." But I thought it was a little giddy that everyone was, or Solo was pretty much taking everybody's catchphrases.
Yeah, this is why it's kind of funny to me because this goes back to what we spoke on. That's a heel thing to do. He's taking the baby face, which
Taking the piss out of it.
yeah, and again they keep flip flopping the bloodline, which doesn't make the situation any better. Like when Roman was coming back and initially coming back before he had the championship and he was attempting to fix the family, everybody was still babyface.
Now they're just over there, up there, up there, over there.
And
But
that's all. Like this is
yeah,
also why I feel like there's a lot going on because what LA Knight had to offer tonight in the ring basically is saying that Roman Reigns, in other words, I'm just paraphrasing here. In other words, Roman Reigns is ducking and dodging him. He's doing all kind of tactics to get LA Knight away from challenging from the heavyweight belt. Okay, so LA Knight is still chasing after heavyweight gold. But where does that leave Solo Sikoa? Like,
well, you skipped over a very interesting part of that promo. Now I don't recall if it was this one or if it was from the, the playback from last week, but he touched on, oh, Roman didn't need the Bloodline help to fight Seth, didn't need it for Punk, but when little old me comes running around, oh, you got to get the whole family out of me.
right. Now,
Ain't telling
that's
no
what
lies.
but it's like, you just a fly on the wall. Like, we just want you out of here. Like, and if you Roman, right? Like, that's how you feel. It's like, you saying we bringing a bunch of people for you, but it's not for the reasons you think.
Hmm.
It's because you're annoying. You keep barking up this tree, and things of that nature. But I say this, I'm not really interested in seeing LA Knight versus Roman. I kind of said this too. Like I think they should be kept away. Like I think LA Knight would be benefited more if he's challenging for the other belt. But that's again, I don't know if this is WWE, the talent, how it's booked, but you can't blame nobody when everybody wants to go after the belt that Roman's holding.
Yeah, I guess so. But at the same time, it's like, again, who else you gonna put in front of him that's on paper can go bar for bar? Ain't many.
Now, I mean, CM Punk would be a good option,
But do you want
and
to run that back this soon?
I feel like, to me, it's fresh out my memory. Whatever they've done, I think they could go at it again. And especially like let's before we fully get into Raw, we did say we were gonna talk about them events that transpired over on SmackDown. So let me get this graphic up for us right here. And
Oh
that's the
yeah,
reason why I mentioned CM Punk, because this past Friday there was a championship match in Toronto. Was it Toronto?
it was Toronto, but there was a couple that happened that even something that led up before that because before all this kind of transpired, of course we had another back and forth between Randy and Cody, and Cody still poking at the Viper. Yes, he's still doubled down, saying that he's not bound by the title, which is hinting that he can do whatever he wants, and he's pretty much vowing that he will be the killer that kills the Legend Killer. And of course, that kind of bodes with what happens in our main event.
But how you felt before you get there? How you felt about how Cody capped off that promo with the? It's not a what he said
Prediction,
is not a
it's a
prediction. It's a
spoiler.
spoiler. The
Now,
Paul Heyman line.
now
I felt like there was some significance to that.
this isn't the first time he's used that line, so I'm not as
But I think when he
on
used
it.
it before, he used it against Roman.
There's
No,
that's true, and I believe he use it against KO or Punk, maybe I'm not sure, but definitely against Roman. So again, different circumstances now. Um, Certainly more conviction in his voice when he utters it now.
and he kind of like gave him that hat. Like I don't know, it was just something to the mannerism. Like you said, there was some way he wanted the emphasis dragged out on that for us to
Yeah,
catch on to that.
and in the words of
Or
the OGs, he said it with his chest out this time.
Or maybe it was nothing more than, I don't know if you remember in the WWE games when you used to have to call somebody out in the universe mode and do a promo battle, and you just had to just select the right stuff so the crowd go crazy. Unless it was nothing more than that, just to get us to go, oh,
My brother,
like
you gotta figure against any other Joe Schmo, sure, but this is the 14-time world champion. This is the Legend Killer. This is the Apex Predator. This is the man with the three most dangerous letters in all of sports entertainment. This ain't just no regular guy we're talking about.
because okay, what I fear is this, right? Everybody wanted Cena to turn heel so bad. And then when it actually happened, people hated the shit. Because it wasn't Cena's fault, it's the direction in which creative chose to go with everything. So let's say Cody does turn. And it's just like, it's terrible. Do you think there's a
It can't be no
remedy from
worse than
that?
it can't be no worse than an AEW. But I mean, he's at a point to where, in all seriousness, to where even if it does come off as contrived, he he's got, for lack of better terms, that level of asshole in him to where even if it comes off as fake, forced, it's gonna somehow make sense because of the storytelling, quote unquote, that TKO has provided us over the past 2 3 years since he's been back. And let's be honest, this whole QB1 goody goody stuff has far run its course. Excuse me. So people are yearning for it now. When
I
he
ain't gonna
does
lie, that
make when
QB1 shit, that shit kind of ass. Like,
oh, it most definitely is. But
I need more.
Here's what's gonna be interesting. When he does make that turn, of course, he doesn't get the boos, but it's also gonna be one of those things to where people are gonna be cheering like about time this happened. Because for those of us that did watch his independent run where he was a heel, yes, he was doing dickish stuff, but we were us fans were elated to watch him finally let out that pen of frustration. If you're mad at us, let it out. If you're mad at the suits, let it out. But show us something more than just you trying to be your father's son. With all due respect to late great American Dream.
I mean, and you said that promo. Randy called him the American Daydream in that promo.
Oh, that was a beautiful line.
That was. I'm not gonna
That
lie.
was clever.
Because he kind of pump faked me. I thought he was gonna just call him the American Dream, like, oh, you think you the American Nightmare? Well, you just more like the American Dream, like kind of to throw a shot at his dad. But then, nah, he kind of just shitted on him completely, like you're an American Daydream.
And Cody's probably like, you mother.
Yeah, like you just sitting in the day room, like, hello.
And old Dusty for looking down, going, "Oh, Randy, that one was sweet, boy. Baby, that was smooth as silk."
Nah, there's still. What I'm concerned about with Cody's programming is, I feel like when he doesn't have the championship, the stories feel a bit scattered. Hence, okay, when he was tag team champions with Jay, like just random.
Okay.
The first trio stuff, his first work when he came in, when he wasn't challenging Roman, the stuff with Seth, beautiful. Brock Lesnar stuff, he made it work. But then there's times where they make him lose the belt to Drew McIntyre, and then a few days later, you're gonna have him challenge again. He loses to Sammy, he's gonna challenge again. It's like, well,
Okay, yeah, that aspect I understand, but again, to what you were kind of what you let off with in the programs, to where he's pretty much not in the hunt. It's just a genuine program. He can produce good shit, but again, when the belt's involved, he feels the need to be extra polished, be very posh, poised, if you will. Almost like a superstar like a babyface Billy Graham, or if Ric Flair was a white meat babyface, which ain't never gonna happen on God's green earth. But again, I commend him for trying to do it, but that should have changed after a year or two, or definitely after 40. Yet he kept dragging it on and on, and people got tired of it. I'm not sure if you noticed those woes in the song aren't as loud anymore. But so far, this build for Sunday night's main event is night and day better than that piss poor Mania buildup.
yeah. And the latter part of my statement kind of proves that, okay, he dropped the belt so many times that now that what they're fighting for, it's kind of like,
There's nothing left.
you feel me? Like I don't want to say it, but it's kind of like,
I'll say it.
like yeah,
Ain't
like
a
all right,
goddamn
like
thing left.
right, like you didn't even let it breathe in the terms of like, nah, you've been having this going on, I've been having this going on, but like it's like Cody just had the belt, like he just, I don't know, it's just it's crazy.
Could you imagine how this landscape would be if they actually let him A, be the first to match Austin with 3 Rumbles, but B, to be the first to do 3 in a row Rumble victories?
Nah, I ain't gonna lie, I think it's
We would have
Oprah's
never
year.
heard the end of it. Oh,
Yeah, I
Lord.
mean, there's a lot of stuff to think about because it's like, okay, let's go down that route real quick. If Randy beats Cody, if I'm not mistaken, Nick Aldis came out there, oh, gentlemen, you better not put your hands on each other or you're not going to get a title match. You will never see a championship match in your career ever again.
Yeah, and last time all the sell to Randy RKO'd him into China.
Well, I thought he was going to RKO him, but shout out to Mr. Professional because he wants to be a 15-time world championship and not a champion. My boy want to be a 15-time world championship. I feel that, Randy.
Mhm.
That's status right there.
And,
He
and,
want to be
and, and, and Randy knows, like, I can get you whenever I want. Don't make this easier than what it already is for me.
man. So
Ain't a man, woman, or child alive that could avoid an RKO.
I think that's the best route they could explore after not letting Kevin Owens capture the championship. I feel like you let Randy beat Cody to advance to face CM Punk.
Now, fast forward to the main event. Was all that scuttlebutt worth it?
I could have did without it.
Because it seems like we're on route either in Saudi, maybe a Money in the Bank. If they do this at Survivor Series, it's gonna be way too long. But we may be looking at a 5-way for the belt.
Yeah, I don't know, but
I mean,
what
don't
I am
get me
starting.
wrong. 5 very qualified contenders, but come on, now.
Listen, too.
Let's
Hold on.
not piss all these matches away all at once.
Hold on. Money in the Bank is in October.
Yeah, that's what I said. It
don't-
could be there. It could be Saudi. Hopefully,
No,
it's
and
not
then on
Survivor
top of
Series.
that, the winner, we don't know who's contending for the Money in the Bank. Like, right? Like, let's say if Randy fails this and they kind of took this out of our mind real quick and then put him in the Money in the Bank match and now he's in, or somebody like, it's a lot of different routes. Cody, they could gaslight us into thinking, oh, Cody's out the light, and then he wins his first Money in the Bank.
Fuck it, let the internet burn.
You feel me? Like, cause I do feel it's odd to me, and maybe it could position itself for interesting storytelling. Money in the Bank being moved up to October now means you got extra time.
When was
From
it
that-
before December?
Nah, it was in July last year, I think, or all. It was right before.
What's before Mania? Chamber?
Let me go.
See, this is
Chambers
also why I hate
in-
when this is why I
Chambers
hate,
in,
I hate
like-
when they keep moving this calendar around.
February, I think the Chamber's in February.
Right.
I'm gonna go look this up right now.
Yeah, but again, like, real quick tangent. Again, there's no reason why they should be moving around all these dates and all that shit. I saw a weird stat that up until a couple years ago, did you know that the
Okay,
Rumble was
last year it was June, and in 2024 it was in July. And in 2020 it was in May.
and now it's in the fall in October.
That's why I'm saying, like, it's kind of interesting that now it's in October, because it's never, like, I'm looking at, since Money in the Bank been a thing since 2010, it's always been in July, June, and two different years in May.
So in theory, either right after Mania or right before SummerSlam.
So I think this is giving them wiggle room to kind of like remember how we said there was no plan Bs in place? I think this is allowing for more of a plan B without the long, because what I'm suggesting is this: you having the Money in the Bank in October doesn't feel like, oh, well, by the time you get to WrestleMania, it's not gonna feel like, oh, they had the belt for a whole year, like when you compete for it in July and then you wait to that
I was gonna say,
year-long period. It feels too long.
We're getting the Rumble either mid-January or the week before the Super Bowl.
Let me see. I can't hear you.
Hold on. I was saying
There you go.
we're getting summer. Was it the Rumble right before the Super Bowl in like late January, early February? So again, October, November, December, January. That's maybe 10, 12 weeks.
Also, I guess because I kind of made that long-winded, because I'm just thinking about it in the moment, it'll also, like, in this time period, after October, you're going to have Survivor Series and then Royal Rumble, Elimination Chamber. So you got a few things distracting, keeping whoever got the Money in the Bank kind of tucked. Like, they could either boast about it on screen, or you kind of forget about it, kind of like the year with Damian Priest and when he cashed in. You kind of forget, like, oh damn, this guy over here got the case. Like this girl got the case over here.
Or didn't Drew have it one year and he get kind of screwed up by Punk? Was that a part of their storyline?
Yeah. Talk about Drew, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Even the way
Or,
Naomi did it was masterful. She started falling in love with her briefcase to the point where I thought, like, oh, nah, she's not going to cash this in no time soon. Because she kept doing stuff to the briefcase. Like, she put tape around it, had stuff
he
on the
kept pulling shit out
inside.
the briefcase to where we were like, is the contract even in there? Like, what's it? She treated
And
it
then
like
she
my
found,
course person.
and then she just cashed it in. I was like, and I think it was on the same night she had a match, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, she had that match with Jade.
Yep.
With Bianca as the referee, I believe.
Dope, dope, dope. So I think like I'm looking forward to if it's a good shit in place. If it's good shit in place, I'm with it. If it's bad shit, Chad, that we're about to encounter, like Sami Zayn winning the Money in the Bank, somebody that's already. I'm not saying Sami Zayn shouldn't win the bet, but what I'm saying is, bro, he's all right. Like we
That
had the
shit
whole
would be
summer
Cody
with
winning.
this. Yeah, like
Like, I mean, with all due respect, Cody can go a year or two without the belt. And again, in my opinion, if he is gonna go for a belt, let Roman run wild with the World Heavyweight title. Like it,
and then there's a bunch of other pieces that need to fall into place. But I think generally too, I hope, and this is just me being hopeful, because we never really got paid off with this fake draft or people getting traded. Like some people just switch brand. Oh, this person got traded. He went over here. Like, nah, that don't count to me. I'm not gonna lie, WWE, that does not count.
you wouldn't
I
fuck with the
need,
superstar shakeup.
yeah, but I want to see more of it. Like, I want, for example, I want something to happen in these next few months, whether it's Money in the Bank, whether it's Royal Rumble, but start shifting people over to the other brand a little bit. Like, have stuff happen in these matches where it's cross branded so it can make sense to have this person come over here now.
You know what I miss from the old drafts? To where you'd have a matchup like a Raw versus SmackDown guy, and now you can maybe incorporate NXT guys, and whoever won, they get a draft pick, and the losers don't get shit.
Right.
If it seems like one show's one sided, oh well.
It was a fun way to do things back then.
Uh-huh. And then and also in that schmaz is when we had the very beautiful draft of Cena getting drafted from Raw to SmackDown, from SmackDown to Raw.
'Cause I think it's safe to.
Or was it SmackDown to Raw from the Raw to SmackDown?
No, they
They
did
did
that
some wild
flip.
shit with those old
Yeah, I
drafts.
remember. Yeah, it was one night Triple H got drafted to SmackDown, and then back to
Oh,
Raw on the
that
same night with the T-shirts and.
that shocked the world. I remember like it was yesterday. Chat. Let me wind the clock
With
back
the
real
hair,
quick.
right? Like he had the.
Oh
long hair, like-
no, no. You had Paul Heyman in the fucking neck brace, I believe. And Bischoff sitting there. What was it? Was it Boogeyman or Eugene that gave Bischoff the lottery ball? It was someone handing the ball. Heyman was like, "Oh no, I can't take it." Bischoff's like, "Oh no, you have to take it. It's in your hand. Now tell us who's being drafted to SmackDown." And Paul Heyman, looking as Weasley as he ever can, yells out, "Triple H." Triple H spits out his water. The whole Raw locker room is singing, "Na na na na."
It was that one,
hey,
bro.
Goodbye.
It was that one, and when Undertaker got drafted, remember they cut the camera to him, and he was pissed.
You know what else?
He was pissed. He like, cause I don't know why the dead man loves him some SmackDown. Got drafted to Raw. He got kind of pissed off there.
The dead man don't go nowhere without the dead man's permission. Damn it. And then of course the other classic one where we split up the Dudleys.
Oh man,
That one tore the strings.
and you need moments like that, bro.
And then who could forget? I'll give you another classic one. Cena gets drafted to Raw. SmackDown is without a champion. JBL is about to be given this brand new title by Mr. Theodore R. Long. And then he says, we worked out, I believe this was one of the very first supplemental drafts to where SmackDown inherited a champion. And it was none other than the Animal Batista. And the roar from that crowd could have set off an earthquake.
Crazy. Everything is so marketable now that moments like that they want to save it for like I read that ESPN wanted to have hands on the draft, and this is why WWE ultimately decided not to, because they want to make it too sports like, they taking the essence out of where that shit came from. Like that shit was
It
a
was sports
navigation
like
for
back in the
story.
day.
What happened?
It was sports like back in the day, if you think about
No,
it.
what I mean though is like they trying to make it seem real, like you know what I'm trying to say? Like we
Man,
know this is
it can't be no worse than what we're getting these days, brother. You know that.
yeah, like I heard they wanted people from ESPN to call the draft picks and stuff. Like it was just too much. That's like, yo, bro, just let WWE take care of it. If you want it on ESPN, fine, but don't try to dictate how they're gonna do their draft. That was the deal breaker for me. I'm like, nah. But that's the problem of them doing business, right? Like you laying in bed.
If ESPN held a WWE draft. Now again, chat, I'm asking you the same question. If WWE or ESPN held a WWE draft, would that be an appropriate setting for Pat McAfee to where you guys won't bust his balls?
That's the best place to have him. But they wasn't even gonna have him do
Hear
it.
me out. You get Pat McAfee. If you want to go full sportscasters, you get Marcus Spears. You get Swagoo there. You want to throw in a Stephen A. Smith, sure. You want to throw in a Jason Kelsey for comedic purposes, sure. Or Ryan Fitzpatrick for comedic purposes, sure. There's your panel. Joe Tess, sit your ass home.
Yeah, and another rumor surrounding that was that ESPN was trying to actually, cause you know that's a Monday Night Raw and SmackDown thing. There was no special event for a WWE draft. ESPN wanted it to be a special event, like all in one night. Usually we get some draft picks on the first night of Raw, first night of SmackDown. Then the next week will be night 2, and then the next week of SmackDown is night 2.
Or in some years they've done one for Raw, one for SmackDown, and then the supplemental was on WWE.com.
Right.
Now, if they want to do a full-on spectacle, just take out WrestlePalooza and just rebrand it WWE Superstar Shakeup. And then, like I said, you could have matchups at random. The winner gets a draft pick for that brand. The loser don't get shamed by the locker room. And like we've talked about for years, let's bring back the pride and brand supremacy.
Yeah.
Let's give folks a reason to enjoy the show. If you prefer Raw or SmackDown or vice versa, cool. But it's up to WWE to give us a reason why. Give us a reason to give a damn. Give us a reason to want to feel. Give us a reason to want to enjoy. Make the shit good again.
Cause I'm not gonna hold you, like after seeing, and again, I'm gonna use Unreal because that's what they give us, and from our knowledge of what we see being booked, yeah, along with those two things, I feel like WWE has been showing us the playbook. It's not too far from Vince's playbook, but it's not as great as Vince's playbook. Meaning, on each brand, you have about 4 or 5 competitors for each championship that's gonna stay in that same hub. And like you said the other night, Razor, there's only one king of the mountain. So at some point, yes, talent, you're gonna stay in a certain stagnant level. Like you're not gonna see that championship. And if you do it, it's gonna be briefly. We got plans for this. We got plans for a Cody Rhodes. We got plans for a CM Punk. We got plans for a Roman Reigns. And right now, you guys got to be a little bit patient. And when I say a little bit, I mean that's until them guys is either hurt or ready to give it up.
In regards to the first half of this speech, I got a flag on the play.
Talk to me.
You stated that this isn't Vince's plan or at any point in time. What TKO has managed to do is exactly Vince McMahon's dream from day one. Now, as far as the landscape of the creative is up, is who knows, but everything else is beyond a shadow of a doubt Vince's boyhood dream.
And what?
The
Yeah, in which aspect?
As far as the monopolization that was Titan Towers, now World Wrestling Entertainment.
Yes, because from a business standpoint, I can agree with that. But I feel like Vince himself, he kept the scene fresh. If we talk a story, yeah, there was a hub of certain people, but there's a reason why cats like Stone Cold, Rock, Triple H, all held the belt. Like they all held it. Like, you know what I'm saying? There's stories of when I forgot who had to drop the title to Stone. I think Undertaker spoke on it when Vince told him like, "Yo, you're not moving numbers. I'm giving this to Austin on a Monday night."
Hmm.
And Undertaker, solid dude. He got his time. He got the belt a couple times after that.
Yeah,
But
but again, and from a business standpoint, it said, hey, like you said, you ain't moving the needle. He is moving the needle. Let's see if he can run with it. And as Paul Levesque has famously said, it's best for business.
right, and it's just like in this landscape, I think TK or whoever's in that writer room, they're hell bent on this is who we think, so we're gonna do whatever it takes to make that work. And the only time they pivot is when somebody gets hurt. And from what I see, I'm not saying that to be factual, chat. I'm just saying from what I see, the only time we see changes occur, and the only one change that happened, the surprise Drew beating Cody, rumor was Cody advocated for that to happen.
Okay, so oh, I gotta go. I gotta go there now.
Talk to me.
Then
Talk to me
explain.
nice.
Fuck being nice. Explain the bullshit that is this godforsaken women's division. Chat. If you guys haven't had the chance to read the dirt sheets, NXT just happens to be merging a couple titles together. That happens to be the newly minted NXT Women's North American Championship and the Women's WWE Speed Championship. I believe tomorrow on NXT we're having a unification match, if not a heat wave. So, pose the question, and also you can like we've had in regards to the tag team situation with the women. You have all this stuff going on. You talked about how folks really again swapped down those to her. Well, let's see. Rhea had her face broken for the better part of the last year and a half. Was still able to compete because of WWE's shitty booking. We now have the Chelsea Green situation going on right now. Bless her soul. We've had countless wrestlers that have competed with injuries, men and women. They ain't letting shit go. And the quote unquote competition on Wednesday nights is dealing with the same bullshit as well. You have a gentleman that they had that was their world champion lose the belt because they claimed he was injured. Back a week later, like no problem. How you doing? So I'm gonna say right now, I don't think the creative has a snowball chance to tell what they're doing. Like they're going to Grok, Suno AI, and saying, "Hey, here's so and so. Tell us what we should do." Matter of fact, speaking of Suno, you see the scuttlebutt that happened to pop up on Twitter this weekend.
No.
Suddenly, out of the blue, despite all the past bullshit, if they happen to reach out to him personally, Jim Johnson says he'll happily come back and make music for WWE again.
Oh yeah, we need him back.
Oh hell yeah, we need him back. But again, after all the years of us bashing CFOs and now Def Rebel, you realize that AI keeps making the same shit over and over. You had the golden goose all this time. You let him go. You realize you need him back.
Yeah, because the thing with them AI apps that people don't know, because I've used them a few times, is that you can use the material in the app in a way that to the person that doesn't know about music, you can make it seem like you're editing things and open it up in the studio with the stems. They supply the stems, so you'll have the track by itself, the vocals by itself, and you can just fool people and stuff. But I'm not gonna lie, the work that Jim Johnston used to do was just amazing. If you guys don't know, like he's responsible for all the songs that we love: Stone Cold, The Rock,
For you
Mankind.
youngsters, this man was the DJ Khaled, the Scott Storch, the Quincy Jones, the Timberlands, the Pharrells of WWE. This man had the Midas touch when making music.
And
Your
his
favorite
mission
wrestler's
statement
song was made by him.
And his mission statement to me was always, well, he's out his words, out his mouth. The first 3 seconds of the song, he wants you to recognize who the superstar is. That's what I love about his stuff. That as soon as that thing drop, you know. As soon as the Dudley's music kick, it's coming down.
You
Like
hear the
whatever.
glass shatter. You know,
Yeah.
if you hear "If Yes Man," you hear "Time to Play the Game." You hear "Here Comes the Money." You
King's
hear "Viva la
organs.
Raza."
Yeah.
You hear all these great songs that we still jam out and vibe out to this day. It's all his brain right there.
Booyaka,
Now,
booyaka.
hopefully, he does come back.
Six. Booyaka, booyaka. The William Shatner had me on that one. I ain't gonna lie. Booyaka, booyaka. 619.
The man is an evergreen classic in
Legend.
his own right.
Legend. Hell yeah.
And also, again, another thing that I want to touch on Raw real quick was, I mean, not Raw,
Okay, so
SmackDown.
okay, I'm about to say let's switch
Uh,
to yeah.
we got essentially a debut of a new superstar. We got the debut of the partner of Shinsuke Nakamura. Now, for those that have followed this man's record and pedigree from New Japan Pro Wrestling, we had the debut of Hiromu Takahashi, the ticking time bomb, if you will. They ain't called that no more. They call him Kyoki now.
Word, allow me to be a casual for a second. The guy looked cool, man. Like I'm not even gonna lie.
You don't even know. You don't.
Yeah,
Even know.
like
Now what pains me is if you notice the name on my header today is Mr. Daryl Takahashi. This was the name of his gimmick plush cat, similar to like Yeska for Mr. Iguana. You could even go as far as saying this is almost like a life-size little Jimmy, whatever the case may be. But that was part of the gimmick as well. Daryl Takahashi, God rest his soul, he got taken out in a match. I can't remember which one it was, but I'm a little disappointed that they didn't allow him to keep his name.
yeah, we gotta do some merchandise and shit. Like
Yeah, but knowing his gimmick, knowing that again he has Daryl the cat as well. They were marketing Yeska with Mr. Iguana. This would have been no different. And again, it would have made money. But as far as Hiromu Takahashi, if they let him do at least even 50% of what he did in Japan, the WWE universe is in for an absolute treat. Is he a massive guy? No. Can he work his ass off? Absolutely. And also, he has unfortunate history with an individual that was in tonight's semifinal, like Dragon Lee. Had a very scary match at a Ring of Honor show. He took a move that Lee has since retired, snapped his neck. Somehow this man relearned how to walk and got back in the ring. But with Hiromu, this crazy son of a gun, that won't stop him. And again, if you let him do his thing, if he can tear the house down with the likes of Penta, I promise you, you let him get in there with Gunther, it'll be special. I'm very interested to see what would happen if you let him and Oba or even Javon get in the ring together, because there could be some magic there. Hiromu is a little bit older up there in the age, but he's still got a few good years left where he can steal a show or two every now and then. And again,
how you
he's
feel
got
about
one hell
them
of a
being?
look.
Yeah, about to say like how you feel about them being thrown? Cause I feel like every time Shinsuke does this, man, I'm not gonna lie, I get excited, chat. I get excited when the man comes back after a while with a great vignette.
Because
Whether it's some
because we know what he can do because he's proven he can be that dude in WWE. It's just either through injuries here and there or through other unforeseen circumstances, he's often shoved to the side. And again, like hopefully this time's different. Um, I want to be optimistic with this. I want to enjoy this. Are the Tongans the right opponents for them at this time? That's where you kind of lose me.
I agree because right now, if you want to build both of them, somebody got to lose. Something got to happen. And the Italians are just regaining they steam. And you don't want to bring this new tag team in and just have them lose either, right?
I'm not even going that far. It's just I mean, I see what they're going, but I wouldn't have paired them together. With if you listen to some of Shinsuke's past vignettes, me personally, I would have clicked up Shinsuke with Finn Balor.
I actually like this because we've been seeing months ago Tama Tonga and Shinsuke have this backstage interaction. They say stuff to each other in Japanese, but we ain't getting no real payoff. So now it's like,
True.
okay, maybe we getting somewhere towards there. But if they don't even honor that, then I'm kind of with you. Like, what are we doing here? Like,
And again, this you want continuity and you want storytelling. Hiromu was in the same dojo class as Tama Tonga back in the day at New Japan, so that they both cut their teeth together. But again, if you were to go that route, you could have easily have called up what's he called in NXT now, Naruko Evil. You could have called him up, and again, that's another one of Hiromu's former faction mates.
I ain't
When
gonna
they
lie. See, remember I said this though months ago. Maybe it might have even been a year ago when I said pair Shinsuke with Damage Control, right? And just let them be like a Japanese group. Like they need to do. I feel like a Japanese mob group in here will cook. I'm not even gonna hold y'all, chat. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie.
you remember what happened 25 years ago, right? We had the Kai and Tai. You saw you know what? The last time we went down this road.
Choppy choppy, choppy choppy.
And again, if we're gonna go all out, go get the OG back for one more go around. You may not get Dick Togo, but you know who you can get? You can get as they dubbed in New Japan, the forever legend, the GOAT, the king of Kaientai himself, Mr. Taka Michinoku, who has not
Absolutely.
aged a day in 30 goddamn years. How is that possible?
Absolutely. And like you said, because there's so much rich history there, it's like if you know, you know, and if you don't know, well, let me introduce you. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's get him
Allow me to
reintroduced there.
reintroduce myself.
Massa. You feel me? Like, because I think that would absolutely cook. And Taka Michinoku, aside from that, I would like to see him get his just due. I feel like he was a champion. When I was growing up, he was a light heavyweight champion, which was the equivalent of a cruiserweight, but it had more respect on it. It was a light heavyweight. Like, you know what I'm saying? It wasn't
And then
called the cruiserweight.
and then who could forget a man who's still currently with WWE to this day? You may know him as SmackDown's number one announcer, Mr. Funaki-san.
Absolutely.
Again, there's stuff that they could have went that route. They're obviously going something different. Let's see how it goes. I'm hopeful, but we'll see.
All right, so let me ask
I don't
another
get my heart
question.
broken anymore, H.
Let me ask another question because I feel like so much stain has occurred since both set of tag team championships. Do we still like the designs of the championships?
No,
Because no, I
no,
feel that. I felt that. I felt that.
fuck, no.
I felt that. And I don't feel like I'm trying to be flip flop, but like I'm not gonna lie, I've been so much shit thrown while them belts have been out that it's kind of like, bro, I just look at that shit and I'm just like it could use a makeover a little bit. I don't know what makeover. I don't know what it looks
Unify
like.
them. Let who's ever in an actual tag team, let them go from brand to brand. I don't even care if you want to send down to NXT and mix them up too, get them some reps on top of that. But Whatever you were doing with the women's tag team division, that was working till you put a halt on it. But do that with the men, because think about it. I mean, Raw and SmackDown maybe have two or three quality tag teams. With what we're going to talk about later on at the close Raw with that main event, that's another tag team there, but there was already an NXT to begin with, so I'm not really counting that. So if you combine all three brands, you have at least 8 to 10 quality tag teams. That's a very good division. One set of belts. Who's ever number one, let them run with it. Next man up.
Okay, I've mentioned this also, so I guess this is the night of recollection for me because I've also stated too. The problem with their tag teams is they like to break them up. For some weird reason, it's like it's hard for a tag team to just be a tag team. It's kind of like, oh, we see the potential in this guy, so like yeah, we see it with the Street Profits that they stayed together. But I mean, like, I feel like outside of what we've seen in WWE for the last 10 years, I haven't seen a
Oh, it's
natural
been longer than
tag
that.
team.
And again, it's
Look at what
either
they doing to the Creed brothers. Where are them
well,
guys? What the like?
I
That's a
think
natural tag team.
I think they're in Mexico. Don't quote me. But yeah, it's either they break them up too soon or you just pair together two singles. Look at Priest and Truth,
Or make some
Braun and
weird faction. So it's kind of like,
Braun and Theory technically.
yeah, we see a lot of like strange bedfellows. Like I don't understand that part, but look at, I mean, like even though they worked together in the Judgment Day, I'm gonna be honest, they weren't really working together. So to see Priest and Truth as champions and not really have a group, like they didn't come out with the same gear, with the same music. Things felt weird even with that. Like I'm gonna be
Oh,
real.
and you talk about the Creeds. Where the hell's Fraxium? They
But
were
to
white hot. They were white hot as SmackDown's one of the premier tag teams, and then they just got stopped cold dead in their tracks out the blue.
some degree too, though, I could respect that their story brought them together, but I feel like they individual superstars too. Like when I got introduced to them in NXT, I
That's
seen
fair.
singles matches. You know what I'm saying? But I
Yeah,
can understand like
but also that could have been said for DIY once upon a time. That was definitely said about American Alpha with Jason Jordan and Chad Gable. It was also said the same thing about Enzo and Cass back for NXT as well.
this is what I'm saying. There's no real like. I don't want to say there's no, but it'll be like one team every 5 years that's really like these guys want to tag together. Like they see themselves as tag team partners. You know what I'm trying to say? And really take the tag team division
They
serious.
see the vision. No pun
Yes,
intended.
right. Like I'm not going to lie. I love Braun Breaker, but him holding that belt just it feels like the tag team division is just getting shitted on. Like, yo, I don't want to be holding this belt. Like, maybe that's not what he's making a face at, but that's what it feels like. Like, I could be doing better things with my time,
I mean, his
right? I
facial
mean, like,
expressions are definitely a ominous giveaway as how he feels about it.
yeah, like it's kind of like, yeah, I got the belt on my shoulder, but I don't want to be holding this shit. And that's a very bad look for the tag team division because it's kind of like,
Oh,
I'm,
it's worst case scenario for the division.
yeah, like the next whatever team does make them come up off that, it's not even gonna feel special because their reign isn't like it's not what it's intended to be. Like I think if Logan Paul doesn't get hurt, then maybe we see them turn in some more good matches. But them just slapping that thing right on Braun Breaker and treating it like the Freebird rule is like, all right. I mean, I guess. Which let's get back into tonight's Raw because honestly, that's what I was telling you off air too. My issue right here with this graphic a bit. So I feel like Braun Breaker and Obafemi would have felt like so much of a huge meeting if Braun Breaker was in a different positioning right now. Like if I'm a casual, I would be confused. Like, okay, that's a tag team championship belt. how is a singles competitor fighting a tag team competitor and they're fighting over the future? Like I would kind of be lost. Like, cause and then you got to think the business. You on mute there, brother? Yeah, I don't know why it shows you on mute from the screen over here. There you go.
Can you hear me now? There
Yeah.
we go. Yeah, so I mean, you kind of said the buzzer right there to the casual fan or the casual watcher. You said you have a tag team guy vying for who is the future top guy of the brand, who's the future. And I'm gonna be honest, Oba absolutely embarrassed Braun in this promo because and Braun kind of did to himself with the material that they gave him. I would not have him say that because think about it. He said, "Yeah, you won King of the Ring, all right. You beat Brock Lesnar, all right. Like really?"
He attempted to downplay that with a intercontinental championship reign with no due disrespect. Like the intercontinental championship is very important, but so is sending someone like Brock Lesnar packing on the way
Yeah,
out.
yeah, and like I said, this you didn't have a Hell in Cell with just a regular guy. This was, as Heyman has famously said, the Beast, the Conqueror, the next big thing, the one behind 21 and 1.
And
This
let's be
is
honest, the let's be honest too. The King of the Ring navigation slightly. If you hit the GPS on the King of the Ring, it kinda diverse from what it used to be. It used to be a navigation towards the IC belt. Now in today's age, the winner gets a championship match at
you didn't
SummerSlam.
see anything.
You didn't see anything.
Or you hit the Men in Black thing, the little.
You didn't see anything. It diverts. So for Braun Breaker to say that statement about the King of the Ring, I mean, I just
I
won
mean,
a guaranteed heavyweight championship match. What are you talking about? Like it doesn't hold the same weight as the days where people will win King of the Ring and just wear a crown and a silly robe on the back of them with a, you know what I'm
now,
saying, with a staff.
now, had Braun just stated, there's one that he should have stated, and that should have been the be all end all. Yes, you claim you are the ruler of the mountain or whatever he said, but you were born at the top of the mountain. You didn't
I
fight your
was
way there. That should have been the only line.
I was fine with everything Braun was saying except that first portion that you mentioned. I was okay with him saying, "Oh, I've won championships." They was barking for me like they barked for you.
Mm-hmm.
I was okay with everything he was saying because to some degree it's true. Like
Yeah, and
the
then
fans,
like he
yeah.
said, he got himself hurt. He took himself out for a minute, and then we got.
But you know where, like you said, they allowing. I don't know if people coming up with this for Oba or he's doing it on his own, but he's giving his reign to be a bit comedic, where he's gonna say a one liner.
I think you and I can guess who's been giving that insight, and that was the man in the suit at this contract signing as well, and it wasn't Adam
His dad,
Pearce.
his dad, was it his dad?
Oh, that, and you knew like Braun. He meant that when he said that.
I mean, if there was any talk about burying characters in WWE, I mean, like I truly do not know what they're setting up Braun Breaker for, cause like, okay, the loss if he loses to Openfemi, all right, but then he's pushing Paul Heyman away too. Like, this is seeming like excommunication what we seen tonight. Okay, we seen last week, fine, 2 weeks ago, fine, but tonight it
You
looked
want
like
to know
he's
what?
ready to sever ties with Paulie Boy.
And you want to know why I'm not worried with that? Because as history has shown, no matter what promotion you're in any part of the globe, you cannot contain a Steiner. It's fact of life.
Nah,
Well,
he's definitely talented. We know that. Like,
but no, but what I'm saying is like, once you let him bust out that cage, he's gonna be just fine. But this is what's needed for him. Like right now he probably feels like someone's trying to put a muzzle on him, no pun intended. But let that dog loose,
I
get
know,
him off
I
that
know,
leash.
I know. I may seem like I'm half glass type of guy, but look at I didn't I question this with Braun Breaker. Like they kept saying he's the future, and I was like, yo, bro, that's a lot to kind of like throw out there into the universe storyline wise and position him like this at this moment in time.
I mean, that was a little bit.
It kind of was like, and now I think even Triple H said it on one of the post PLE conferences. Like, yo, we kind of threw that name on him, or it might have been on Real wherever he said it, but he's like, we kind of threw that name on him, and now it's pressure time.
And again, now that he's back from that hernia, they're probably again put that dog against the corner to see if he's got the wherewithal to fight his way out of it. Now, regardless of who wins in Atlanta next week, this isn't the last we see of this matchup. I mean, this is at the very least this is going to test the waters. Uh,
Bro, Oba called him an angry orange man.
he called him a lot more than that.
Like,
Bronny boy.
right, like
Like
this
I
is what
said,
I'm
Obo was on some bullshit today, and it's like you said, where has this man been?
like they giving him some reign to have fun right now. Like it's like, oh, okay.
Now again, like hopefully they don't humanize him as much as they did Jacob Fatu on SmackDown. Hopefully, but I think Oba is at a point to where if they do go somewhat humanizing him, it won't be the end of the world. He'll still be okay. But again, we'll see. But like you said in that closing moments where and when they go to sign the contract, when Braun says, "How about your daddy does it for you?" and then they just pan to Heyman and Heyman saying, "Go ahead, do it for me." Yeah, go ahead. And like I told you last week or a week before, could we possibly see Obafemi as the next Paul Heyman guy, or is this vintage Heyman to where this is a trap to lure Oba in, and we kind of further establish Braun as the heel, a la what we used to do with Lesnar back in the day? Because you recall when Heyman had those infamous turns from Brock to Big Show to whomever, back to Brock, and it was always constant back and forth. But the plan was always he's staying with Brock. We may see history repeat itself with this aspect, but again, time will tell. I'm very much looking forward to this match, honestly.
Yeah, I want to see what comes out of it because, dare I say, the future of WWE is in this match. Like as of right now, I mean, Obafemi.
A key pillar, yes. Is it the future? Time will tell.
Right, time will tell. Look, honestly though, I'm gonna be honest. Aside from Obafemi, Braun Breaker was the guy like that people wanted to see reach the mountaintop as like the younger, like oh he's a beast, man, like he's a dog, like
Well, again, if you remember at the beginning of the year, many of us had him poised to be the world champion going into WrestleMania. There was plans for him versus Roman at WrestleMania.
man. So it's interesting to see because I don't know why. I feel like Brock Lesnar is a very what's the word I'm looking for? Unpredictable guy. Like I think like yeah, Minnesota might have been it. But is he truly done? Like I don't know. Cause I feel like they threw his name out tonight,
He
like
says he is, but as the saying goes, you never say never.
right? Like what if he gives Braun Breaker a chance to beat him as well?
Then there's a very large Austrian man that's going to be restrained because he's going to be kicking and screaming like no one's business. You mean to tell me there's going to be two young men that are going to steal his dream opponent? Fuck out of here. But I mean, the only way we see Brock back now again, this is just it's not a spoiler. This is a prediction, people. So calm down. If and I mean if the Beast makes a return, it's undoubtedly going to be at Saudi Mania
Mm.
because Brock only works for fuck you money. He's a prize fighter, and he's going to need a boatload of money to come back for one last hurrah, or for the occasional one-off, or the next stop could just be the Hall of Fame.
I could see the Hall of Fame. I just felt like the way that, like, maybe just to make this more interesting, because I'm kind of with you there. Like, I don't like how Braun Breaker tried to, like, discredit what Oba has done. And I'm gonna be honest. I gotta be honest. I feel like what Oba has done is slightly more than what Braun Breaker has done.
Oh, absolutely. Again, you could almost parallel Oba's rise to maybe Gunther, as far as a level of dominance, or is that too much of a stretch?
It's not. But the only thing I feel like they're gonna switch past what Oba is, yeah, he might not win the Intercontinental belt first, but I think they're gonna shoot him straight to the heavyweight championship first. Like, yeah, you
And
won the Intercontinental,
well,
but
again, a lot of the plans are Oba beats Roman at Mania if they don't get The Rock.
yeah, I've seen that. I've seen that news.
And then another plan is maybe Oba gets it before Mania, but people have speculated if that happens, then we are most certainly getting Rock and Roman at Mania.
And then you still got Punk, who called out Oba.
Well, Punk also called out Priest and a few
A
other
few
guys as well,
names, yeah.
like he usually does. But I mean, maybe this is just me personally, but if regardless of what happens in this match, I think it may be time for maybe Braun to go to SmackDown potentially,
Mm.
or one of these folks, because again, that show ain't big enough for both of them. Again, there's too much firepower on that show. You got to get one of them on the other show and get some blood, pump some blood into there. Now, Braun would be preferred because again, I wouldn't mind seeing another round of Braun Breaker versus CM Punk. That was fun in January, and here in the early fall, late summer, as we heading on into September, would be no different. Be no exception.
Great promo tonight, but kind of wild that we got to have a contract signing for a non-title Sunday night main event single match. That's kind of wild.
And that name just sounds so dirty. Ugh. Sunday night's main event. Really?
They might as well have just brought back Sunday Night Heat and tried to make that better than what it ever was. It
Yeah.
kind of would have worked in this summertime too. In the summer, some Sunday Night Heat.
Summer, summer, summertime.
Right? They already got Heat Wave going on for NXT, but what else you want to talk about tonight? You want to get into another match that happened or another segment that stood out to you?
But before we get into the first match of Raw, what's your take on Solo ducking Jay's warning shots this week? Oh boy, hit the Matrix on him.
And this is why
Oh, yeah,
Solo
man.
continues to win over. Yeah, he continues to win over the fans. Like, just having fun out there, entertaining.
Yeah, but yeah, I just want to touch on that real quick. But from that segment, we led on to the bullshit menagerie that is the women's championship division. So we have, what was it? The Stephanie's return match versus Roxanne Perez.
Yep.
Again, okay, decent match, not bad. But again, we all wanted to see what happened next. And again, with Becky coming in, is this a case of the enemy of my enemy is my friend? Last week said otherwise. This week kind of says something different. What are we doing, ladies? Make it make sense. I know. Let it out. Let it out.
Like, you know what it is for me? The old faithful trick. It's kind of like I spoke about it. I don't know if we was on the air when we spoke about it, but they look at Becky Lynch as old reliable, which that's cool. You know, she elevated the Intercontinental Women's Championship when it needed to be, and it looks like they want her to do the same for the heavyweight belt over here on Raw. It's just, I don't know, man. Like the constant tweener, like she's in a heel gimmick right now, but like you said, she's making a babyface save. What's her intentions? Because I don't enjoy that with her, because she's the type to, when she's now babyface, she's gonna go back to doing babyface shit again, like, and she's not gonna be the same heel that we're seeing right now. That people, so it's like it gets a little blurred right there for
Yeah.
me. Yeah, like that's just how Becky moves. Like when she's heel, she's committed, and then when she's babyface, she goes back to being a babyface. Like she's committed
Well,
to that as
again,
well.
what is she this week? Last week she still tried to go at it with Stephanie. This week just after Liv. What are we doing? I mean, yeah, Stephanie gave a thank you afterwards, but again, what are we doing?
And then let's say she wins, cause they in the triple threat match, right?
Has that been announced?
Nah, but I don't know why like that. I thought it has been announced. I guess my mind is like working towards that's where they going.
Mm-hmm.
And for me, I feel like if Becky doesn't do Stephanie Sherm, like let's say if the rest of the Judgment Day girls, Roxanne and Raquel interfere in this triple threat match that I'm thinking about, and Becky ends up just beating Liv, I don't think there's no real like, oh, Becky did anything crazy there. You know what I'm saying? So it's like a seamless transition into her being babyface. And then they just got to figure out this tag team, because they also do this too. This is what the faction problem is. You got Liv Morgan, the champion, and then it's like you throw tag team scenarios out there, and now we got like tag. It's like it's a bunch of mess going on with that.
So, allow me to play devil's advocate real quick. Let's just say we do have a triple threat or whatever the case may be, and Liv does drop the belt to either Stephanie or Becky. Is that when Roxanne and Raquel turn on Liv? Because again, like I said before, this is a turn that should have happened long, long time ago. The fact that we're still dragging it on is beyond me. But it's apparent that one of them is bound to turn on them. Again, if anyone has rights to turn on her, it's definitely Raquel, given what we saw at the Rumble. But if Roxy turns on her, that's kind of probably the more preferred decision.
See, like this would have made more sense to me if it was the girls from SmackDown, Fatal Influence, or Jay Cargill with her team. Like where you got the heavyweight girls are fighting for the belt, but the two tag team, or because you can't even say Raquel's a tag team at this point, but she gets put in these tag team matches, but she's a single champion. That's how I'm looking at her.
She's the Intercontinental champ. Oh, real quick.
You
I'm
know?
glad you reminded me about that. I'm not sure if you've been paying attention to this, but have you seen when she does come out, her with the IC belt? And did you notice anything different about the belt?
The barbed wire around. I noticed that one time.
That was a 1 week thing.
Okay. I didn't
And
peep now what's going
no,
on now.
now it's back to the regular belt. They wouldn't let her keep the barbed wire.
Maybe I ain't gonna lie, it gave me ECW vibes. Maybe that's why, but I thought it was cool.
I mean, here's why I was okay with it, because again, whether either from NXT even now, she's been almost like the go-to woman when it comes to most hardcore themed matches. And with her being a Texan girl, I thought it was rather appropriate because again, to me, again, used to ECW vibes. To me, it brought it back to the Funk family from Texas. So we're not far off from that, but again, I thought it'd been a nice little nod to that. They opted not to go with that route. All right, I get it. But again, you let Trick Willie get the damn furry belt. The least you could do is give her some full barbed wire. Come on now. Oh wait, you can't have the women look more badass than the men. I get it.
I'm got all right. So hold on. You mentioned the United States men's belt
Oh,
because we didn't really run through the whole SmackDown.
I know where you're going with it. Just rip the band out. Tell the people how you feel about
Nah, I
what we're
just
gonna
want to
see in
know.
Atlanta.
Yeah, like I want to know. So they're gonna take the belt. Like, what is Baron Corbin gonna get? He's either gonna just bring back whatever already was, or bring back a version of the IC belt. But now, what if he loses? Does Trick get the furry belt? Like, it's too much going on.
There is a reason they haven't brought out a new belt yet. That's because it's going right back to Trig Willie. That's the unfortunate truth of things. And speaking of Trick Willie and that old bullshit right there, why, why are we still running celebrity matchups and trying to have them be serious? I understand Yachty's been a godsend for Trick. However, why?
I feel you. I'm not mad at it.
I mean, I'm not mad at it. It's just it's like again, I'm gonna enjoy it because Yachty's been a constant professional. But again, this we saw how they used Pat. We saw the stuff with Jelly Roll. Even go back to Travis Scott and yada yada yada. They were doing just fine without having celebrities have matches. Now Yachty could pull the Stephen Amell and blow the water and just surprise all of us with an amazing match, but as history has shown, that may not be the case. So here we are.
Now, you know what concerns me about celebrity matches? When they put them in there with established talent. I mean, everybody's established, but like you're ranking on the roster, meaning like Baron Corbin, he got the belt right now, so it's like, okay, so you mean to tell me that Lil Yachty really supposed to survive the 5 minutes? Like you said, like I feel you, like bro, like damn, I that's kind of fucked up for Baron Corbin because he shouldn't even be allowed to stand in there 1 minute with him. 30 seconds.
Now, speaking of which, what Baron Corbin should do is hit that line from the OG Spider Man. Shout out to the late great Macho Man Randy Savage. Hit the bone saw. I got you for 3 minutes. 3 minutes of pain.
That would have been legendary.
He's got, but yeah,
That'd have been
someone's got
legendary.
to get. I mean, it's obvious we're gonna get some bullshit in that match. Either Trick just snuffing him, whatever the case may be. Maybe we get a run in from Mello. I don't know, but hopefully they're not serious about this.
Like I've heard, or I've read, I should say, I didn't hear anything. I read that there was some discourse with how Carl Anthony Towns was used at the last Saturday night's main event. I think when you have him in a situation like that with Danhausen, the Judgment Day, who at that moment that's what their purpose was, I don't find a problem like that. But when you got it in the around the championships, then yeah, there's a little. I could understand the discourse and how you doing it. Like
David
that's
Arquette.
that's yeah, shit. That's what I'm gonna say. Cause now to think about, I kind of until you said that match, and then we're talking about Trick Willie too. I forgot that that's the stipulation, chat. No, Yachty has to survive 5 minutes with Baron Corbin, and if he does that, then Trick Willie gets a title shot that same night, right? Or
Something
did
like
they?
that, yeah.
Uh, I'm be honest, in classic heel fashion, I hope Yachty doesn't survive for a few reasons. I want to keep the integrity of like, I bet
Uh,
he's a newcomer. He's not able to survive.
you see now, see. I hate when you do this, H. I hate when you do this. Now I want it to be 4 minutes and 55 seconds.
I'm there with you.
Make it a
Yo,
buzzer beater.
yeah, he could
Piss
cause
off the masses. Give them
right.
that false hope.
Yeah, you could go either way with it, right? Like you could make it seem like Yachty got a chance, or he's really making Yachty earn this shit. Like you want to wrestle with us, and I take these 5 minutes.
And now again, for all now, granted, Yachty has been training with Ivy now and her husband. For all we know, this boy might have hops like young OG. For all we know, this boy might be durable like Pat McAfee. For all we know, he may pop out and show out like Stephen Amell did with Stars and Neville that one PLE. Who knows what's gonna happen with this?
if Lil Yachty had a move set to me, I'm gonna say I think is if I built a WWE character in the game, I think he's like a second rope kind of guy. Like he gonna go to the corner off the second rope. He gonna do a bunch of running underneath the clothesline. Like Baron Corbin gonna go for the clothesline. He running off the rope. He gonna hit him with a flying elbow. So like he gonna have like an athletic move set, but it ain't really high flying. But it's gonna trick. It's gonna be an agile move set. That's what I think.
I'm about to piss you off, ready for this one. What he needs to do is he need to come out to Tugboat's theme song since his moniker or nickname is Lil Boat.
Bro, his hat is funny as shit. I ain't gonna hold you. That
I
little
like
beret he
this
been
hat.
coming out. Yeah, bro, that shit been hilarious. Like, I'm interested to see his gear. Like, he should come out like fucking Stevie Ray with the Harlem Heat gear and the fucking beret. Like, that'd send me.
With what, a
I'm not going-
bodysuit?
Yup. Some all white shit too, you heard? Some all white shit too. The shit that come over the neck right there.
Okay, so now we going the one strap or we're going two straps? We gotta go with the one strap.
I fuck with the one strap. I can fuck with the one strap. He do that in the beret. I ain't gonna lie, that shit gonna cook. All white.
Look
Oh my
look
god.
like Sergeant Slaughter.
Yup. He's gonna cook. But then, like, you know how they do material? I think he might be able to pull off like some kind of leather looking. You know what I'm saying? Just like the way that the Harlem Heat shit used to look. I don't know if they shit was leather or whatever material used to shine off.
You know damn well Sherry had them boys in leather.
Yeah, that shit. Yeah, that shit
Crocodile
was-
leather to be specific. But all what this tells me is Makazi, get in your bag, son. You know what to do.
for shit show.
Yeah, but as we wrote back in with Raw, we had a very odd setup for a match later on. We had was it Ray come out talking with someone, gets interrupted by Judgment Day, out the blue like a bat out of hell comes Young OG just throwing hands, like a YN, like a crash out. I loved it.
The camera work needed to be a little bit better there. Like, I wanted the camera to feel a little bit more chaotic. The camera just felt stale as shit. Like the cameraman
they were already braced for impact.
Yeah, like it just felt stale as shit to me. I understand where they tried to go with it. I'm happy that Javon he spoke his piece and like, yeah, Big Cass gonna get it next. Like, you know what I'm saying?
I loved that part personally because again, you let this man whoop your ass for the last month. If you ain't ready to say, hey, come get some.
It's giving us a little payoff from last week. Remember when I was like, yo, why they got him in the ring with JD? Like, giving us a payoff for that. Like, so I wasn't mad at that backstage. I like, but the camera work just needed to be better because it would have really showed the moment for Javon. I'm be honest. It would have really had me going into the match tonight. Cause that's another thing. I was kind of surprised they was doing the match tonight between him and Big Cass.
Right. I thought that would have been maybe a Sunday or maybe down advertising for somewhere in Mexico. I don't know, but we got it tonight.
Maybe they heard me last week when I said I'm tired of just seeing them interfere in each other's matches.
Well, and again, like I said, Cass had been putting the pause down for the last month. It's been long enough.
And that size 16, 24, whatever boot that is going right to Javon's face, yeah. I might as well just put him in a match. just do it. Just
You had to taste them butters one more time.
Man, bro. But like you said, it was a little a lot going on segment right here before the match that took place. Dragon Lee versus Ray Phoenix.
And here's something very interesting that I had to fact check this my own self.
Mm-hmm.
Between Dragon Lee and Ray Phoenix, this was in their very first one-on-one singles match ever. They've had tag matches here and there, but this was their very first singles match.
And I don't know their relationship too much, but you can see the emotion at the end was real.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because
emotion was real.
They cut their teeth around the same time in Mexico. Dragon Lee's brother, AEW Ring of Honor star Roosh, is competed. Their father, Bestia del Rey, again former wrestler as well. So again, with both families, wrestling is in their blood. And both guys live and breathe lucha libre. And as Ray has said many times, he's dubbed Dragon Lee the future of lucha. And Phoenix is one of those guys to where tag team or singles, he's always had that chip on his shoulder because, and again, no fault of his own, but because of how talented his brother Penta is. And again, make no mistake, Phoenix is equally as talented. I'm still surprised that Phoenix is only using probably 30% of his repertoire on TV. This man can do so much more. It's incredible.
But I feel like with his style, like you said, he got a bunch more. So it's like on a week to week basis, I'm glad they don't, or he don't, whoever makes that call, whether it's the time they giving or whatever, that we kind of saving the moments for the big time. You know what I'm saying? Like when they all gonna get the floor, then you bring out all them big moves. But to your point, with what we have been given, it's still like, bro, come on, that shit is outstanding.
Yeah,
Like,
right. And again, speaking of which, rewatch right now, that dive that Dragon Lee did through the middle ropes, to where he almost like did was do we call it a cannonball when Phoenix was sitting on the announce table?
yup.
Do we call it like a tope cannonball, whatever the case may be, to where really almost overshot both of them, went to the second row? That was an absurd spot.
I'm not gonna
And
lie. I feel like Dragon Lee is the only person in a while that I see that go through the ropes, and I'm scared for him. I like legit like anytime I'm scared for him because he's going with so much velocity through them
yeah,
ropes.
and
Ooh,
yeah, and
crazy.
again, like a he's like I said, he shot out of a cannon.
Yeah, like a missile for real, bro. Like
And throughout this match, he was hitting Phoenix with everything and the kitchen sink. We saw Spanish flies. We saw a, every form of finisher. We saw the Styles Clash. In the words of Bullet Ray, we saw your sister's ass. You name it, we saw it. And in the end, in climactic finish, I'm not gonna call it what they call it. I'm gonna just call it. He hit him with the Muscle Buster. Why we're calling it the Mexican Muscle Buster is beyond me. But this match did not disappoint.
maybe because of
But
the
again,
spin that the muscle buster takes.
Joe did that once in a while too. Again, and this and same thing when Penta does the Destroyer. Yes, PD Williams invented it and they call it the Canadian Destroyer, but just call it a Destroyer. Everyone else does. But again, this match definitely got everyone going. This match,
This is the type of shit.
dare I say, was
Imagine.
worthy of a PLE.
This is what I'm saying too. And they was overseas, right? In
They're in
Toronto.
They're in Canada, just
Oh yeah,
across
not
over the border.
overseas. Pardon me, over the border. Excuse me. In a different country is what I really meant.
Yeah.
But pardon me, I misspoke with the overseas. They over the border in Toronto, a fan base in which can appreciate what's going on.
Well,
Did you
also,
see the look on the faces of the crowd? Like they were in genuine excitement for this match. So was I sitting home. But like, what? Okay, so going back to last week's matches, do we blame the matches or do we blame the city? Cause I do feel like the intensity was turned up in the matches we saw tonight.
well, it's like we touched on last week and in past shows as well. You have to have at some point an understanding of your market. For example, like we said, the Northeast or down to the South, you want to have more of a technical, hardcore base. Canada, Mexico, even the West Coast, more of that lucha libre, high flying style match. Again, Texas, you want to make sure you want to get your brawlers out, pop that crowd because that's what they've known throughout history. Play to your audience. And again, my theory is the reason why people enjoyed that Phoenix and Lee match was again, AEW was just out there, not in Ottawa, but they were in the Toronto area, and they knew how to. They know what they like out there. So, and this match again, they Phoenix and Lee, they know what that crowd, what their preference of taste is. It's just happened that they're very proficient in that style, and again, as crazy as that match got, that was still very safe for them. which is wild to say.
I really enjoy Corey Graves on commentary because he really nails the emphasis of like, this is what they're fighting for, a chance at the, you know what I'm saying, like an opportunity,
Conan has taught him well to
like
appreciate lucha libre.
yeah, man, like I like that for that programming right there. So I thought this was a good match.
Hmm.
I really enjoyed how they nailed it because I know last week I still stand on what I say because imagine this match tonight in a streamlined tournament. You would have like people would have lost it.
Everyone would have said this was the match of the night, knowing that Roman Reigns would have been the main event. They would have said this would have been the match of the night, as God is my witness.
Like follow that, right? Like come on.
Hmm. You follow that, you tribal chief, beat that. And then in a commercial segment, we had a vignette teasing that on September 14th, we are getting Miss Vice City.
Fire package.
Hmm. And,
It
and and
wasn't
again,
like too revealing. I'm pretty
yeah,
sure
but
folks know. Yeah, they know.
if again, not to sound chauvinistic, but you see that illustrious silhouette, you know who it is.
Yeah. You see the colorways, you definitely know.
Yeah, you hear the music of the vibe again. You know Miss Lola Vice is in the building, y'all. Now, should we be surprised that this vignette aired on Raw and not SmackDown? I know they're doing double tapes as we speak, but again, they like WWE likes to keep couples together most commonly. Uh, could this just be a regular coming soon vignette? Matter of fact, when is the 14th? Let me see. Oh, it is a Monday in 3 weeks. So she'll be debuting on Raw versus SmackDown. Now, do they say that she's debuting, or are they going to do that bullshit and say, "Oh, she's the newest free agent for WWE"?
Mm.
I just pissed myself off. Damn it!
Yeah, I mean that'd be tough because they,
Stupid, stupid, stupid.
yeah,
And then after this, we then had the very entertaining contract signing. uh, and then post that, we had our next Bloodline segment. And again, this was probably, as far as backstage segments,
mm-hmm.
my favorite one in months. For the sheer fact that now, despite what's going on now, yes, now they have the Black Falas, but guess who got the balls to step to the werewolf now, without a care in the world? The Yeet Man. Put Trying to put the werewolf in his place, and you know Jake wanted to smack the taste out of his mouth a couple times.
There's a lot of interesting things going on with the bloodline. Again, as to what I said earlier tonight, I'm kind of like a bit confused as to where they want to go. I'm not confused with what's going on. I'm confused with where they want to go. Like, do they even
That's fair.
have a direction, or is this one of those situations where they're trying to plant little seeds in case you want to go here, in case you want to go here?
That seems more the road what they're trying to do. But they're definitely not shy of flaunting those black Ulafalas. And
Because
especially,
on one end, all right, what happened happened, right? Like, meaning Jacob fucked up. You could call it twice. I'm gonna call it once. I don't consider him not being able to bring Solo to the bloodline back really like
well, listen, that'd be the one fuck up.
right.
And if you're talking about him not helping out last week, like he said, hey, OTC said the play was don't touch nobody. I bet.
It wasn't even the not helping. It was the attacking first. Remember, that's what got Roman kind of pissed off when he
Mhm.
started just attacking without Roman giving the okay. So I felt like that was the real first fuck up. Like, I didn't see I visually didn't see Roman get upset because he lost the solo and didn't bring him back,
And
right?
and I don't think we've ever seen Roman act like that with anybody in the bloodline. Now that I think
Yeah,
about it,
he's kind of like, yo, chill, like you
he was
fucking up
just
what I
like,
got.
"We'll talk
Yeah.
later."
So now you got Jacob saying like, yo, bro, honestly, I'm just trying to do what the tribal chief says. So if anything, to me, Jay is the one that's acting all like kind of braggadocious. That's why again I'm questioning like, what like, or like, you know what I'm trying to say, like,
Hmm.
cause you still like, there's a lot going on, especially with the box that you see right there with like,
And we'll get to them here in a little bit. But again, throughout the entire history of the bloodline, Jay has always been the defiant one. And again, even when he quote unquote rejoined, to this day, I still think he's 1 foot out the door.
and you know
I,
what's
I
I'm gonna be honest, I don't have many issues with the WWE with Roman Reigns storylines, bloodline storyline, but I'll say this though. There is a bit things that happen on a week to week basis that I feel like happens a little bit too quick for me. An example, it'd be like 1 week Jacob don't got an answer to the Usos, and then it's like, oh yeah, now this week you got an answer to them
all of a sudden,
because yeah, all of a sudden off of this one win, that's like, but we supposed to all be equal too though. We forgot that message.
mhm.
So ain't nobody supposed to be answering to nobody really. Like it's a whole bunch of like, I don't know.
And then again, just because the twins are the captains, that never wrote. I don't recall Roman stating, "You listen to them, you take orders from them." I don't recall
Right,
him saying that.
right.
So I think from now until Survivor Series, things are going to get very, very interesting. But yeah, but after this segment, we then had Mr. Young OG and the we do call it a re-debut, a repackage. What we calling this? A return?
A return. Cause he
Uh,
was Big Cass, right? They just spelt it with
uh
the Z's at the end, I think,
oh
instead of Big
no,
Cass.
well, allow me to provide a little history. First, it was Colin Cassidy. Then it
Right,
was
that was
Big Cass. Then it became Big Cass.
the good old NXT name right there, right?
Hmm. Now, what's your thoughts on his music?
I fuck with it. I fuck with his roller. I like how
Did
they
it
made him
sound
feel like a
familiar or anything
giant.
like that to you?
Nah, I heard to be honest, I heard the first few do, do. And then after that, it's kind of like the commentator started talking, so the music to me got drowned out a bit.
Because it seems the internet has a strong belief that the song may be a little replica of one Mr. Big Daddy Cool, Mr. Big Diesel.
I did hear like a honking, like a
It,
the,
it, it had some Diesel vibes, yeah.
but I didn't know if I would like if I wanted to hear that or if that's what I was hearing. You know what I'm saying? Like, because again, the
Your
music
ears are not
sounded,
deceiving you.
yeah, it felt after those initial three I don't know what you want to call it, the bass drops or the drums, but whatever those three sounds, the music kind of drowned out for me. So I didn't really get a. I was more focused on what they were saying because there was a lot of the commentators tonight. I guess there was an agenda to slander Big Cass and make
There
him
was
seem
some.
like a yeah like he's picking on little guys, like he a coward and all that. But I guess they digging into that. He's a heel. Like let's not start to like him.
It,
You
it, it's
know.
it's it's funny how they had Corey Graves say that, not Michael Cole. I'm sorry.
I mean, cause if somebody got to get beat up, you know what I'm saying? Corey might be the one.
I mean, Uh, the people can Wikipedia the history behind that, but I digress. But as we focus on the match, was him winning the right move?
I mean, I penciled this in a sense, but we could speak about what happens in the other segments later. But I had said I would have Cassidy winning over Javon and then moving on to the Intercontinental Championship. Cause I think him and Gable will put on a banger. But like again in the other segment that happened on, I don't think they're gonna go down that direction soon. But yeah, I think this was the right decision. I absolutely.
Or yeah, and then what? Have Javon be stuck in this Judgment Day vortex?
Like I'm gonna be honest, no disrespect to Matt Cardona, but you don't want to be the returning superstar that's losing. He won his first few matches against whatever the dude from, but I'm talking about like he wasn't even like when you put him in the ring. Like look, he lost to Gunther and shit like that. Like to me,
But
that's
he's
shooting
always
down.
ready.
Yeah, like. But now it's like you can't bring back a guy like Big Cass, 7 foot shredded to the gills, and you gonna have him lose. Granted,
But also
like,
no shade to Cardona. You can't fault him for losing to the ring general. Like that'd be like throwing shade saying, "Hey, I got my ass whipped by Mike Tyson in 1998," and some folks would say, "Oh, it's how you lost to Tyson." Other folks say, "No, fuck that, you got your ass whooped."
now you know what was crazy about the Cardona shit though? Like, think about that though, chat. Hold on, I gotta pick up the microphone. I forgot this shit was there. I'm rolling up. Yo, think about that, chat. Like in story, they did this for all the dudes that probably try to help their wife at one point or their girlfriend, and like they gonna stand up for them, and they just got knocked out. Cause that's basically what happened to Matt Cardona. He was fighting for his wife's honor and just got sent back to the gulag. Bow, get him out of here. Send him back. It was a nice try. Nice try, Ramon. Good stuff.
Correction. He got sent back to catering.
Like, yo, bro, I never seen no shit like that where I was like, yo, I was rooting for him. Like, yeah, I ain't gonna lie.
And,
Like, yeah, he
and,
took
and
he.
he went through all that noise defending his wife's honor from the terrorist tricep.
Bro, that's crazy work. Like, now I did something for Chelsea Green, so she's the winner in this. But I thought 2 people could have won that night. If you're gonna do that, cause I'm be honest, like,
You
come
could have
on,
had a
bro.
Macho Man Miss Elizabeth moment, damn near.
I ain't gonna front like Gunther to me. I get it. Y'all still want to have him with this percentage shit. But once he already lost to Sami Zayn and I don't even know who the hell the other person was, Jay
He
Uso,
tapped to Sammy and Jey Uso.
right? Like, come on, bro. People could beat him now. Like, come on, we got to stop this. I think CM Punk beat him too, no? Or
Yeah.
who? Yeah, so look, come on. People are beating him. Like, we got to stop this that it's like, oh, this guy can't be beaten. Like, yes, he can. Is he a clutch performer? Of course. But there
Eh,
was nothing on the line right there for him. Like, just a, and he's in his street clothes. Yo, bro, he's in his street clothes. Like, he could have afforded that L, and we would have just looked at it and been like, you go, Matt Cardona. We would have never said, yo, Gunther, your stock dropped because you lost the. Nah, I just would have did something for them. Like, in my
yeah.
opinion, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I could be wrong, but hey. So I think, again, going back to Big Cass, I think you want to bring. I'm glad that they let Baron Corbin win. Because there's no sense in what the hell be the sense of putting people in a position to fail. Now I get it. Again, I spoke on this earlier.
Look at
WWE
Rusev
creative team, man, bro,
at
right?
Valley.
Like that, like that's a good example. But I think I'm gonna be honest, his shit was bad timing.
How?
Cause I felt like when he pulled up, especially to Raw, there wasn't a want for like it was nice he came through. Rusev they almost got going back, but this is again around the time period where Braun Breaker had the belt. Jey Uso was winning it from Braun Breaker.
What
Like,
they should have done was put him on SmackDown when they were still 3 hours.
but they put Aleister Black over there, remember?
Who?
Again, so they might be okay. I'm glad you brought that up. Are they learning from past transgressions? They brought back people a year ago.
Ah, no.
No, I'm saying just in that aspect, like just in the return. Are they treating some returns better going forward? Cause I do think it's a splash of new. It's a new feel out there when you got a guy coming back like Baron Corbin. It's like damn, like I
Yeah, yeah,
forgot how.
yeah. Some folks have slapped on a new coat of paint and kind of worked on the craft a little bit. Sure, others are playing the greatest hits and may not have done the most favors. But I'll answer your first question. No, WWE isn't learning because they're running back stories that they were doing during the Thunderdome days. Look at what they're doing with the Bloodline. Prime example. They're doing.
And
Are they
we
not
spoke
doing
on it.
the same stuff
Yeah,
that they were doing during the pandemic when it was either no fans or very limited fans in the crowd?
we spoke about it last week when we said they run in the same playbook for Cass and Baron Corbin. If you think about it,
Wash,
but
rinse,
the
repeat.
yeah
So
same playbook.
now again, with certain segments, are they getting lucky? Sure, but again, this honeymoon stage is going to end. Like we often say, then what?
You know what I like about Big Cass though? I feel like you could get a lot out of him. Like I'm not saying you can't get out a lot of Baron Corbin, but I'm be honest, I don't like a babyface Baron Corbin. I like when he's here. Big
Yeah,
Cass is like, yeah.
yeah. Corbin definitely has to be that a very gutter, ruthless brawler. Again, that's why those of us that watch Black and Gold, love the Lone Wolf because it's just a roughneck that hey, you want to throw hands, we can throw hands. Ready to eat for everyone. But Cass definitely has a very high ceiling. Um, do I want to see him beat Gable? Is the big question.
Honestly, I'm kind of like now that they didn't go with that, I'm okay with it.
And again, he's another one. What way would not surprise me out the blue? Let's just say he pulls up to Sunday's main event and just boots the living dog piss out of maybe Corbin, Trick, or maybe even Yachty. Spruce things up a bit. That could be a possibility. It's a very left field possibility, but again, it's something.
And I'm gonna be honest, I'm okay with like I'm okay with anything they do with Big Cass as long as they don't make him look like a goofball. Like if he's able to keep this intensity, I think yeah, he's gonna be good on Raw. Like that's
Chat,
exactly what Raw needs.
chat. Let me tell you what he really means. All right, he ain't trying to tune back the time to 2016 where we hear SAWFT. This is Big Cass. He's 7 feet tall, and you can't teach that.
Nah, and let's say you put him in a tag team with Enzo. I know we penciled that in a little bit. What if they bring him back? I think you let him stay in this character where like you got miles on that. Like you could have him trying to tell Enzo, "Yo, I ain't gonna lie, bro. It's time to grow up, bro." Like or
Or
whatever they story goes.
what about the other idea I pitched? Let's just say if Enzo does come back, let's say he's not in the ring. Let's just say they try to revive an antiquated role of a manager. Enzo's one hell of a mouthpiece. This man is one of a very few individuals that could go bar for bar with the CM Punk, go bar for bar with the Randy Orton, go bar for bar with potentially a Paul Heyman. He's got the gift of gab. There's no secret about that. There's no denying that. If you let him cut a promo on you, he'll cut a promo on you. And so
You know what I
again,
thought was interesting that Corey Graves said on commentary? He was like, "Oh, Big Cass tried to make it seem like when he got released, nobody was there for him. Like, he, they're throwing a little Easter eggs." So I'm like, "Oh, so who was there for
all
him
the
then?"
more reason to get Enzo in there. You let Enzo bring up, let him mention the name Carmella, and watch a vein right here on the side of his head just pop right out.
And I'm not
Let
gonna lie, think about it. Now I don't want to bury Braun Breaker some more, so hurry. Hopefully Logan Paul be back by this. But let's say you have Big Cass and Enzo challenging for the tag belts, right? And Big Cass just backpacks that whole shit, beats Austin Theory and Logan Paul. You get the
I
belts back on the
the minute
actual
they
tag
drop the
team.
belts, I hope that happens.
I'm
I
telling you,
really
there's some
hope that
stuff. You
happens.
could do anything with Big Cass right now. Like you could have him if you want to slow burn. You could have him competing for the mid card belts, heavyweight tag belt. He don't even need to be competing for belts. He could continue this little chaos he's on too. Like until the time is right, until the opportunity presents itself. Because think about it, a Big Cass versus Obafemi, they on the same brand. Like there's some showdowns he could. Like there's some showdowns. There are some showdowns. That's like he could be a one of those guys with the sneaky big match feel. I think Big Cass could be one of those. Like you just like almost like Drew McIntyre almost.
I was just thinking that if there's ever a time for Drew to come back, you got this big bastard here ready to go. And can you imagine that war? Let's say, tuck the kids, and this fight ain't gonna be pretty. But then again, as we zero back into Raw, we had another very odd women's backstage segment, and it was very odd. It was awkward. A couple little chuckles in there, but it was all over the place. Started out with Stephanie being congratulated for being back on all that. Stephanie gives a thank you to Becky. Io Sky comes out of nowhere. Always happy to see her. Then we get the Bird Lady, and I didn't like it when Bailey did this, but this you'll know what I'm talking about. That uh, multi personality AJ Lee style, old school style of gimmick to where you don't know if it's multiple personalities, if she's just batshit or whatever. But one minute she's cool, one minute she's not. Eh, not everyone needs to do this. Everyone don't need to do the same shit. I'm sorry. Am I
I know
wrong
what.
for
Yeah.
thinking that?
Yeah, not like you're not. I just feel with Lyra is working a little bit. Like I think this is better than what she was doing. So maybe if they didn't do that with Bailey, like maybe it wouldn't feel this way. But you're
It's
right. They
possible.
shouldn't be just slapping that copy and paste everywhere. Like
And again, like I said, like you said, like with something about when Lyra does it, there's something different about it. This might work, but I mean, Lyra has already had the match with Bailey. Why
it's
still
like
invoke the name?
it's like fuck what the girl's possessed or something. Like right. Like it's like and then there's no commitment. Like with Bailey, there was no. I feel like what what made her turn normal? Cause fucking Lyra accepted her. Like
Here's what I want to know. Let's just say Bailey's contract is no more, and we get Davina Rose in AEW. You still gonna let her say, "Well, Bailey talked to me like that. Bailey told me the same thing." I had a match with Bailey again. Why say all this? Like, is this the best you can give her?
yeah,
I'd
and
much
it
rather
don't
see the
help.
Lyra. I'd much rather see the Lyra that we saw versus Becky Lynch, botches and all. This was yeah. And then what doesn't make it better was you have EO go, oh, she gave me the creeps. Ooh, just ruin whatever she's trying to do. Make it make sense, please.
Honestly, I don't know how to feel about that situation because I'm tired of seeing carousels. Like I think, like I don't want a complete ranking of order, but like I think there does need to be some kind of pecking order. Like, all right, you lost the belt, you lost the rematch to get the belt back of the line. Like this, you got.
What's wrong with next one up? Ain't nothing wrong with that.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
Especially when you have a division as deep as WWE's. Let's be honest, Raw, SmackDown, NXT, the women's main event scene is deeper than the men's. I challenge anybody, chat. Hit me up on Twitter. I will happily debate you and tell you have the right to be wrong. But this women's division is far more stacked. As far as like star power level, okay, sure, but as far as general depth, oh yeah, it ain't no contest. Next woman up. It's not that hard.
it's the fucking stupid ass tag belt shit, bro.
Well, that too.
Like,
Or
Chad, I
else,
need to know how many of y'all really still care about the women's tag belts because there's a lot of talent to me. Minus the little fatal influence, but arguably too though, like they was kind of makeshift too. You know what I'm saying? Fallon Henry was like on her own with another group. Then they put her in that group when the Jasmine Nix girl said, "Yo, I'm not signing that bag." Like, you feel me? So it's like,
eh.
come on, like, do we really need the tag belts? Like, once a year, I might say, yo, that was a really good tag, with no disrespect. But I'm just saying, in significance of everything else that's going on.
And then again, they rolled that out without establishing a division, which ultimately killed them.
Like, the last two times the belt's been exciting for me was when, okay, Alexa and Charlotte held it, because I kind of put Charlotte back in the public favorite eye. But also when Jade and Bianca held it, because I think we was waiting for something to happen there. Like there was story there, like okay, yo, we waiting for these. Like, where's the when the friction gonna start?
Oh no! What killed it for me was the moment the belts were cursed when Sasha and Naomi walked out. The, the belts, them whoever had the belts ain't been right since. Got the Santeria on the belts now.
And then think of how much talent you would have across the board. Like you saying, the women, the actual women are deep, but you got all of these situations tied up for okay, for what?
Absolutely nothing.
Like Charlotte, Alexa should be on their own. Nia Jax, Lash Legend should be on their own. They got Tiffany
Charlotte and Bliss should be on their own.
yeah, like they got Tiffany and God forgive me, Chelsea Green right now together tag teaming. It's like the same.
I think that's more an alliance.
Like I could see that, but still, it's just like why like why are we having tag team matches like that? Just leave it up to the tag team competitors. What happened to a good
Yeah.
old running? Like, and nah, we gonna have two matches tonight. I'ma fight her and she gonna fight her. Fuck the tag team match. Fuck nobody wanna see that shit. Respectfully, like, come on, man. Especially if it's like the heavyweight champion. I do not want to see none of my heavyweight champions in a tag team match. And if they do it sparingly. It's like a running occurrence going on with the whatever. It's a female champion, the men's champion, a SmackDown champion, a Raw champion. You gonna be bound to you're gonna be bound to see a heavyweight tag team match at some point. Oh, and don't get me started when they do shit like make it a 6-man match with the heavyweight champion in it. That shit really ticks me off.
A 6-man Tag team match, player. Holla, holla, holla.
Now
Yeah,
I get
but
it. John Cena and them, they did that shit.
well,
We
again, it was different because again, you had a established top guy, and again, it was more so either a nod to the two-man power trip or we have a mutual agreement or something. Not so much a favor, but you know what I mean.
and I could see like when the Shield was first coming up, y'all making these random trio teams. Like, damn, how we gonna stop the Shield? Like, we done try Sheamus, Cesaro, and who else? Like, you know what I'm saying? Rusev, but like, did we try? Oh, we tried Kane, Daniel Bryan, and we still can't beat them. Damn, who gonna beat the Shield? Oh, Evolution can't even beat the Shield. Oh my God, like it made sense
Yeah.
to some degree for me. Like it was like, okay, they building the Shield as like, yo, these three guys, imagine them on their own. Like these guys beast. Like
So no love for Awesome Truth or Jericho, huh?
yeah, like you feel me? They got them guys like, yo, we can't beat the Shield. The New Age Outlaws losing the belt to the Shield. We can't beat the Shield.
Well, what was it? Didn't Team Hell No and Cody beat the Shield?
Yeah.
Yeah. So never say never.
And I think uh Goldust, no,
Oh,
Goldust, Cody,
it
and
was
Dusty.
that's who it was. Yeah. Yeah. But yeah. As we begin to close out this very all over the place Monday Night Raw, we had a very, very, very obvious second semifinal. And I'll be
Type
honest,
shit.
this match, I was kind of let down by it.
I
I
mean,
was I was let down because one again, this version of Parka, I've seen what he's done in AAA and how talented he is, but yeah, this match kind of did nothing for me. Now, maybe that was because of who won the first match, and like I said last week, if whoever wins that match, you kind of know who's gonna win this one off rip. But this one was probably the more obvious of the two to begin with. So maybe I ruined it for myself potentially, but yeah, this was kind of it for me.
nah, I feel like just something about this version of La Parker, like you said, yeah, he worked, but it's not like he's positioned as like whenever I see him in the match, I don't ever really think he gonna win the shit. To be honest.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
mean,
and
you put
again,
him
like I
on
said,
NXT, on Raw,
well,
SmackDown.
again, like this Park is still very new to AAA as well.
Yeah, so I feel like this version got to earn his stripes. Like, yeah, you donning the mask, you got the Spider Man mask, but you ain't got the movements like Spider Man. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you ain't quite moving like Spidey.
But yeah, and even that closing moments where after Penta wins and we get the straight out of him and Phoenix, I thought that was corny. I'm sorry, like it does nothing for me. It's gonna be a very obvious final, and yeah,
You know what upsets me about this? To your point earlier, Ray Phoenix turned in the better performance. I'm not saying that Penna's performance maybe it wasn't his fault, but this match didn't excite me as much as the first match of
oh no,
the that we saw tonight.
even in the tag matches, Phoenix has always historically been like the show stealer. Like that's never been a secret between the two of them. It's just that Penta just has, as I say, like a richer aura, like that stronger ambiance about him.
Oh yeah, he definitely got more of a fucking mystique to him, an aura, ambiance. Like even I ain't gonna with no disrespect, even though Ray Phoenix wear a mask, it feels like you don't wear a mask.
Well,
As to where Penta, it feels completely like because he throws the makeup on in that portion where the mask is, like you know what I'm saying?
yeah, like I said, there's just something about Penta that makes him special. That just that you see him, you know he's special. Phoenix,
Mm-hmm.
the work rate is off top, but like I said, the mask and look does kind of resemble like the luchador. So, for example, if you look at Phoenix and Lee's masks, how similar are they?
Yeah, with all due
If you
respect, he got the generic setup, like just trunks and a mask. Like,
and the tats, yeah. But again, that was what it was. But in the middle of their commercial breaks, we got a. You could say it was a plausible promo ad. You could argue it could be a vignette to the inevitable future, but this was a essentially a Zilla Fatu promotion.
let him know.
And again, very beautiful video package. I expect nothing less from WWE, but again, I want to ask the masses. Of course, he's going to get called up soon. Not that much is prevalent, but you can't help but wonder: does this make this main event this weekend that much more obvious? Me personally, I would argue yes, but again, it was it was unwarranted. Yes, if you were to advertise Heatwave this weekend, why not incorporate all four members of the main event? Did it have to be Zilla specifically, or is this a sign that Zilla is going to be on the main roster a lot sooner than we anticipate?
Yeah, I think they
Now,
want people to know. Like, if you ain't been keeping up, and for some reason you out the weird loop of Twitter and Instagram and everything wrestling related, and you didn't know, I think they wanted you to know tonight. Like, yeah,
and also if you notice, what caught my attention was they were using a lot of footage from Booker T's Reality of Wrestling. So
which I
now,
mean,
now
he's in the WWE ID affiliate, isn't he? Or not?
I believe so.
Yeah, so
But again, we know Solo spent less than a year on the main roster at 10 months. Are we really going to have rush Zilla sub 6 months?
yeah, and I misspoke. Thank you for checking me on that. After we got off the air last week, because I kind of said something that was not accurate. I said, "Oh, well, I didn't say it like it was fact, but I kind of threw it out there, like, yo, how long Solo been up there? Only 3 months? It was
Well,
10 months. I'm sorry.
well,
I'm sorry.
it
Sorry,
felt a
Chad.
lot quicker than what it was.
Yeah, no, I just had to like one applaud you for putting me on to what's correct and let them know that I misspoke. I don't mind letting them know when we stand corrected. You know what I'm saying? Big facts. Cause I don't like throwing out no inaccurate shit either. So I felt like I said 3 months, 10 months is the better for time frame for you folks out there to really know. If you didn't know, it's 10 months how long Solo was on NXT before being called up. Are we only gonna throw Zilla up after what? Like you said, 3 months. We said 3 months.
Well, I
What,
mean,
what,
this
where
week
we
is
at
going to
now?
be week three
It's
for
August.
week
Yeah.
3 for him. So who knows what they got planned for him? But again, either way, I'm still looking forward to watching him prosper either in NXT or on the main roster. It's just all I ask is just let him get the feet under his ground under his leg ground under his legs. Let him get
But
the
I
wheels
say
turning.
this though too. It was also interesting how when Solo came in, I would have to look this up too. I gotta see, did he get a championship match? I know he had the North American Championship, but did he ever get one at the NXT, the
I
heavyweight?
I don't believe so.
Okay.
But also after this vignette, we got another backstage segment. I believe was it a Chad Gable segment?
Yeah.
And it was him and Mister All Ego Ethan Page. And Ethan's going, "Hey, where's my title shot? You're handing all his handouts. Where's mine?" And Gable hits him with the money line. "You were in the same gauntlet I was. You lost. You lost to me. Back of the line. Let
Now,
him know, Shorty G."
even though he says something there, knowing Ethan Page, I feel like he's gonna attack his way to a championship title match.
Yeah.
And honestly, nothing against Ethan Page, but with his ring work, I don't see him compatible with Gabe. Maybe I'm wrong, but I just don't see it right now. With
My friend, you need to watch more All Ego.
yeah, like, cause I don't think I just I don't see
He
it.
can very much do that style. It's just you just gotta give him the appropriate time.
Yeah, I would have to see it.
You don't rush a souffle, child.
No, I understand that, but I would have to see it. Cause like again, I've seen what he could do when he was in TNA. I've seen what he could do in AEW. In NXT, things started to slow down a bit for me there. I feel like they kind of like didn't allow, like, yeah, they threw him into the title matches quick. But then once they paired him up with Chelsea Green, threw the belts on him, the mixed tag belts, took it away. There was a lot of funniness going on around that time period in NXT with him.
You were rocking with Team Canada
It was okay. I
2.0.
enjoyed it. I fucked with how he changed the championship. Remember? I was like, yo, I like this. Because the thing is, they tried it in AEW, and I felt like it was a complete fail with how MJF changed it. But the way that Ethan Page was able to do it in NXT, I was like, oh, this kind of works.
And then this takes us to our main event of the evening. Representing the Bloodline, Jimmy and Jay, the Usos. And in the other corner, hailing from Baltimore, Maryland, we have L.A. Knight and Solo Dolo Sikoa. Pew, pew, pew. Very
Bro,
interesting main event. It got me going for a little bit. Again, what one of my favorite things in that match was ultimately just Jay staring through Solo Soul, Big Bro and him talking at him like they kids again, like almost like wait till we get back home and put my foot in your ass, like just like they're at the crib, whatever. It was fun to watch.
man, I kind of felt different about it. Honestly, it was hard for me to stay engaged because I felt like, one, I'm
No,
tired of the,
I'm talking about the sidebars on the match itself.
yeah, the
Um,
chicanery around the ring, or the mannerisms, definitely I enjoyed that. But yeah, in terms of like this being the main event, and I was like, I mean, I
and
wouldn't know what was to
and
come after, but during this
and,
whole
and,
stuff, I was like, boy,
and then again in TKO fashion and in Bloodline fashion, what have I told you since they started going on Netflix? Pay attention to when the match starts and how close they are to the time goes off the air. And that tells you if anything outside of what we should expect is going to happen. Tonight was no exception. You see, they're close. They're close to the announce tables. Roman or Jay is looking at the camera saying, "Roman, OTC, you see this? I'm about to get his ass, yeet!"
mm-hmm.
And then out the blue, running, coming like I don't know where he came from. The big man himself has returned, Mr. Royce Keys. But as we quickly learned, he didn't come alone. And we see two very large individuals start attacking everybody. No one was safe.
Is that no? That is.
Could
It
it
can't
be?
be. Could it
It
be?
is.
It's-
And I'm just like, huh? If I didn't happen to know who they were previously, I would have slapped the dog beside the call like, you know better.
Bro,
But it
I needed
was
to see Broncos box braids flying to like confirm for me.
right. And again, what you saw the braids, the bandana, especially the white beaters.
Man.
You knew it was Lucian Prince and Mr. Bronco Nima, OTM, out the mud,
Okay, at first I was like, I know he ain't bring Dark State with him.
bro.
I know he ain't bring Dark State with him. Like, then I was
Hold
like, I
up,
had to,
wait a minute.
yeah, I had
But
to like,
again,
okay, we good.
But it was intriguing that again, no one was safe.
Yeah.
Everyone getting belt to ass. And again, like we touched earlier, that very impressive tandem on LA Knight to them, even Royce taking everyone out with the steel chair or the steel step, excuse me. And then you have Royce grab Jay by the jaw, telling him, "Hey, look at your brother. Look what I do to him." They give him that. I guess do we call it a double razor's edge? Was
Mm-hmm.
something put Jay put Jim through the table, and they just start tearing the house down. Which again, we've touched on this on the record and off the record, and you have been clamoring for this, and you son of a gun, we may be on the verge of another one that you've called. With war games around the corner, are we seeing three teams for once?
Bro.
I'm telling you, could it be?
Because now things just got interesting. It's like,
Everything,
okay,
the game done changed now. That's
that's tough.
like I said, they can go. This was on no one's bingo cards,
But
definitely
then
for
again, you
certain.
know what I was thinking too? To kind of pivot away from like having the actual bloodline in the match. What if this turns into like Royce Keys and his faction now versus a collection of LA Knight, Solo Sokoa, maybe
Um,
Jay.
what this kind of tells me in that regard, because if you notice, a certain somebody was still backstage. Certain somebody didn't come out and challenge Royce Keys. A
Jacob.
certain someone never took him out when he had the chance. Oh yeah, he did. So he still got a leg back, but in theory, that wasn't his wishes. So if LNI, Solo, and all that aren't involved in war games, could we potentially see maybe Jacob join
I'm
OTM?
glad you mentioned that because, and now that's some more beef between the bloodline because Jimmy told Jacob to stay backstage,
Stay
right?
your ass back here. Do what you
And now,
told.
and now next
Do
week
what
they gonna give
OTC
him,
told your ass to do.
yup. And now next week they gonna give him shit for not coming out to help.
Possibility. Or do we have more folks join OTM? And if so, who?
I think, I mean, call me crazy.
Dark
I'd
State?
probably throw the Street Profits in there.
You want to see Dion Lennox and Osiris Griffin in there? Or Mr. Cutler James? Or I got it. Bring back your boy Sexy BJ Ray.
Because the Street Profits is still on Raw. You could throw Javon Evans in this group if he ends up needing help. Like, Javon Evans is always fighting numbers. Like,
But again, the Street Profits what makes it very interesting. And for those that may not have had the chance to listen to Montez's latest album, he did take some shots at Jay and Roman, but allegedly. So again, there's a lot that they can do with this. And
now what does this cut? Also, too, one got to think the last time I checked, my brand of superstars, Royce Keys was on SmackDown. So, does this mean he's on Raw now? Or does this simply mean he came to make a statement, but we should be looking forward to seeing these guys on SmackDown still?
you sure he wasn't on the free agent list?
Nah,
You know,
he signed to SmackDown. He signed. I remember them
eh,
saying something about that when he signed.
well, if he's gonna be with OTM, then he could not be a free agent. Again, WWE's gonna screw this up somehow. It's only now. Hopefully, to your argument, they go to SmackDown rec shop there as well. Add some continuity to things. make the bloodline come to them. And again, brand supremacy tied into that as well. But with Royce and OTM in with this is a very refreshing scene to what we could see for War Games. Two, like we said at the start of the show, a lifeline for the tag team division.
Definitely. I
And
mean, they definitely look like a tag team not to be fucked with.
so again, I look forward to seeing what the plan is for them. Hopefully they don't fuck this up. But we can
Again,
dream,
like
can we?
again, like to touch on what I was saying earlier, I just hope that we get answers because that's what had me feeling after this. Like, okay, like it happened. Now I want to know, Royce Keys, why did you do this?
And thankfully Cole Tush and at least bringing in Bronco Nima. They both got ties to the Bay Area in California. They either has the time the Indies or maybe hung out on the block together. Who knows? But Cole gave us something.
I like that WWE is kind of establishing that too a little bit. That anybody from that area that's built from that area,
Yeah, it's
kind
a
of
small
like,
world.
yeah, like you know what I'm saying. Like we locked in. Like we might go through some shit, but we locked in. So I do like that they keeping that going.
I mean, it's
Again,
not shit.
I like the debut of this little. I don't know if to call it a faction, a group yet, but it's what it's looking like.
And again, as the dirt sheets are saying, more members could likely be added to this team in the coming future. I look forward to seeing what the finished product looks like.
Let me see if
What you googling?
I'm trying to see if Royce Keys tweeted anything, but nah,
No, I don't. No, I didn't see him posting it yet. Um,
nah,
I
probably.
did see some unfortunate spoilers for SmackDown that I was trying to avoid, but c'est la vie. Life goes on.
Mm,
But
yeah,
overall, what did
so
you think of the show?
I mean, I thought SmackDown was better than. I mean, Raw was better than SmackDown. Raw this week was not touching Raw last week, with the exception of the Dragon Lee and Ray Phoenix match. But the
Hmm.
overall delivery of everything else felt a bit scattered. It's very noticeable to me, to be honest, the level of importance when Roman is on the show and when he's not in the show pertaining to the bloodline story. Like when Roman's not there, it kind of feels
The show feels less important.
yeah, like really, like we over here, like like I'm waiting for Roman to snap and be like, yo, why y'all not going to get the like we over here trying to get people back to the family. We gotta fight. Like, how many times we gotta fight you? How many tribal, whatever, like, you don't want to join? It's like, at some point, you gotta be like, yo, well, fuck him. We going it's either we going like, when we see him, it's on site, or just let him be. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I honestly don't know what they're trying to do with the whole solo stuff. Cause if it's to pull Jacob away, then why put Jacob with them in the first place?
Good shit, pal.
Like, I don't understand it. Cause I don't even think they even chipped away at the tip of the iceberg with Jacob being in the bloodline. Like, I'm sorry, like Jacob being in the MFTs and solo, I love you. That was way more of a vibe and time, like, than whatever they got him doing right now. Like they got him like, I mean, like a dejected wrestler, like man, like
Well,
like
also it didn't help that when Roman beat Jacob, the first thing out of Michael Cole's mouth was, "He has been neutered."
I was asking you that. Remember, I was like, yo, you don't think that like Michael Cole
I ain't
saying all
letting that
that?
slide.
Yeah, I was like, yo, that's kind of OD. Like like that could kind of like, you know what I'm saying? They setting him back a little bit. Like the man debuts no set. Like I don't understand.
Don't turn this man to Red Rooster now. That's not gonna happen. But again, like the levels that which you scrutinize them by using the word neutered, let's call a spade now. Being honest.
Yeah, I don't like, man. I don't understand where they're going with that situation. So I hope I get some more clarity within the next coming weeks because I mean, like, no, all right, we keep penciling in war games, but that's damn 3 months from now. I'm not even gonna lie, like, y'all really gotta cook something up if you expect for us to be sitting at the edge of our seats with this story for 3 months.
Right.
You gotta, cause, mm,
Mm-hmm.
mm,
What?
mm.
What?
Cause I'm be honest, right around this time, things don't feel like how they used to feel. Let me break it down. I
In
know I
in
said,
in the lyrics of the legendary song by BB King, "The thrill is gone,"
bro, it's
and
not.
it pains me because again, these rosters are too damn loaded. There was a time to which they gave a damn about creative, or even the mid car, lower car stories. They had some feeling, they had some emotion behind them. We ain't getting fuck all now.
I think it hurt them that they had SummerSlam so early in August. Cause right now we don't have nothing to look forward to except Sunday night main event, and then we're gonna have some punk ass Money in the Bank qualifying matches once that's done. Somebody gonna announce, yeah, I'm in the
Th-
Money in the Bank match, but still then gonna have to
this
qualify.
issue stems is deeper rooted than just the timing of the scheduled shows, and it's and we're past things being inexcusable. There's again, you still have by the grace of God, again, Bobby Roode. There, you have all these great minds that can produce good stuff. When for certain matches that have been great, you give them credit, let them book stuff long term. Should we only hear about certain marquee matches that they get credit for versus you giving them the book and say, "Hey, book me a program, make it 8 to 10 weeks long. What do you got?" And just go with that. Like we touched about with the five men that are now in contention on SmackDown for the world title was Punk, KO, Sammy, Randy, and Cody. You can probably make 3 years worth of television, maybe longer than that, off of those five men alone.
Yeah, what
And
they
here
did
we
was
are,
disappointing right there with that.
and here we are struggling with people trying to fill for PLEs 3, 4 weeks at a time.
Cause I think Punk is at the age right now where we're not mad if he run up, like, let's say he win a championship here, then lose a championship, then win a
No,
championship.
I'm not even talking him winning. I'm just saying, just the quality of guys you have for that belt. There should be no reason why we should be struggling to create good program because I guess with those five names alone, you could book stuff out easily 3 years in advance with them five alone. Yet we have for the majority of stuff, oh, we'll plan for 3 weeks here, a couple weeks here, and it's dog shit with zero effort. And you're wash, rinse, repeating the same angles, just swapping out the names of the people in the program. And if you notice, it's the same people that they're plugging in out of these same programs. And again, you have a deeper roster than that. And you
That's
need
why
to
I
come up,
like. I want to see.
and you have Triple H has the nerve to state, "Oh well, folks are just getting over." Blow me.
Oh yeah, I want to see how they pivot from Punk because it's like you had a chance to drop the belt to Kevin Owens, potentially have fresher matchups. Instead, we're gonna go back to Kevin Owens versus Sami Zayn. It looked like.
So, and I'm not really mad at that because again, I was if they were gonna do just solely a triple threat, which is what was likely going to be the move, I'd much rather have KO pin Sammy versus Punk because that way Punk can do his own shit for a minute, but that allows the main roster to enjoy potentially the final war between the two of them. And if for those that had the luxury of watching them in black and gold, if you let Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn, whether it be like I said, 8 to 10 weeks, let them do their own stuff, or just say from now to the end of the year, and maybe Punk gets it back right before the Rumble or something like that. KO and Sammy would do a lot more than what Punk could do or what Cody could do right now with that belt because of the history and because of the fact that they're able to do just a little bit more than what Punk could do in the ring.
No, I can see that. It's just again, we got it's all a waiting game because truly anything can happen. We see it all the time. Anything can really happen. Injury, story changes,
And I think the fact that
pivots.
it's a waiting game is the problem as well, because sometimes they run the risk of waiting too long.
Yeah,
Look
I
at LA
think
Knight.
I think they some of the community gas themselves into like there's nothing wrong with long term storytelling, but it's like also I think there was a portion that did fall in love with a story being drug out for a portion, being drained, and it's like yeah, at this point we've seen too much of it. Like
Well, now again, with respect to that, it's true you can't just put anybody in a long term story. Like we get that, but for those that they have at their disposal that can pull off that long term story, the fact that you choose not to utilize them for that, knowing that they'll thrive in it, is a disservice to them because you are now keeping them from going down the road that they excel the most at.
yeah,
It'd be like telling Pharrell, you can keep making music, but you can't use any instruments, you can't use any of your equipment. Figure it out. You have this piece of paper and these two paper clips. Make me a beat.
nah, that's
Could it be
terrible.
done? Sure. Is it asking a lot? Yes.
Nah, that's terrible.
Or tell Steph Curry he has to get points on the board, but he can only do it with layups. And you got like this current Miami defense of Bam and Giannis in the paint. It's doable, sure, but it's going to be a little rough. But again, WWE just does this as himself. And what pains me is that they know better. Everyone that makes the towns, as the phrase goes, they all know better. Yet here we are.
Yeah, I mean, other than following a business, shitty business model, this can't be explained nor made up. The bag be right there. They be at the touchdown and just choose to just celebrate and lose the ball on purpose. That's how it feels.
You know, it's funny. They brag about all these record profits and all that. When was the last time they blurted, "Oh, we have a sellout capacity crowd"?
Yeah, that
You
shit
haven't heard,
died down.
or I'll do you one better on the same notion. They claim they have all these record profits and all that stuff with some of the programs that they've butchered and or screwed over more ways than one. Look at imagine how much money they have left on the table. It's probably close to as much as they're earning. So again, as talented as the creative can be when they actually give a fuck, they could very well easily justify this profit if we get good content. But it's just profit first, and it's quantity over quality.
I don't even know what to say to it anymore, honestly, because what is there that you can say when they're gonna continue? You was just saying it earlier when they move in a way that Vince McMahon dreamed that he could move, on the verge of almost monopolizing the wrestling business in a way that he wish he could, or that he Vince was on it too, but in a mainstream way. Yeah, TKO's out there right now.
Hmm. And again, it seems like there's more and more casual fans and less diehards.
Cause unfortunately that's what they're going for. They want people with like a short attention span, whether they leave for a few months and come back. They want that rotating, like either new or returning viewer, because that's how it's easier for them to just do whatever they want.
Yep.
And in a weird business way, that seems to be what works versus catering to a set of loyal fans. It's like they could continue to. I hear so many stories of people be like, "Oh wow, I haven't watched wrestling since Batista," and like those are the exact people they want, so they could just do without like. And then the next few be like, "Oh, I haven't watched since John Cena wasn't on the screen. Oh, I haven't watched since Randy Orton." Like you got these cycle of people that always say, "Oh, I haven't watched since this person," every so years. That's exactly who
Hmm.
they want coming back.
And the same reason what feels with Saudi, with that very first show, they asked for Ultimate Warrior, Yokozuna, and Eddie Guerrero, and Vince had to say, "Hey pal, we can't get them. It's a little complicated. They're not with us anymore."
Right? And let's say they continue that same business model, right? In 5 years,
They asked for
they're good.
Hogan.
Huh?
They asked for Hogan in 5 years.
No, I'm just saying WWE. If WWE follows the same business model, hoping to capture the casual viewer, in 5 years, you're gonna have fans that's like, "Oh man, I remember when I was watching WWE and Logan Paul had a match, and I show speed." Like, it's gonna be a cycle of the same shit. You see what I'm
Yeah.
saying? It's like it's almost like a rotating door, able to walk in, walk out whenever you feel like it, because it is not really hurting them.
And I'm gonna be that one OG that says, "Oh, you got Travis Scott, Lil Yachty, Pat McAfee. Now we had the Jackass boys. Who's Jackass?
Yeah.
We had Drew Carey, hot. We had uh Bob Barker, hot. We had Stephen Amell, hot. We had Drew Carey at the Royal Rumble, hot.
And then you shitting me like when WWE, like, and I'm not knocking it because on the business side I get it, and as a celebrity, why say no? If you're getting comp tickets and you see these folks looking like they having a blast of their time, like wow, the last time I was here was when I was a kid. There's gonna be folks out there in the real world that want to feel like that, like oh nah, I want to, I want to be there, I want to feel like that, like wow, I haven't watched this since, I was a
And then
kid.
they go,
You know what
how
I'm
much for
saying?
one ticket?
Yeah.
Or with some of the bigger events, all of these once in a lifetime packages to where I was it was last time they were in Italy for like 20 grand. You could take a pasta making class with a select WWE superstar, and then some folk, but that does not include the ticket. That's just for the experience. And folks would go, but what about the ticket? Oh, that's a whole separate price.
Man.
WrestleMania. Some folks basically spent the money for a brand new car for one ticket. I don't know.
Listen, I can't like, some people feel like fuck it, like I don't go out that much, so
I mean,
just once.
I get it, but I mean, again, but you're still charging all this money. Yes, you're making all this money, but again, Vince would have saw that and said, "Yeah, but look at all the empty seats still." or
And then unfortunately too,
why is the tarp back out now?
you got parents that don't know how to say no sometimes. Like, as a fellow parent, I know we want to give our kids everything, but like they're not even going no question. Oh, you want to go to WWE Raw? Okay, bet we going right here. Bang, boom, no question. Like you said, selling the arm and the leg, the crib, the everyday needs to get around. How you get your bag, your car, gone.
And then the difference between last year and this year with WWE is this year WWE can't rely on John Cena to sell out certain venues. Has WWE had a sellout crowd this year? Full on capacity crowd? I don't know. They've had one.
They got a very strange business model, but it's predicated on like supply, demand, and want. Like they controlling the supply and demand, but they making you want it. It's like a weird thing because when the tickets was like cheap and people were like not really selling out shit anyway and didn't want to go sometimes, but then it's like, oh, you know, Roman Reigns and them in town, they don't mind paying a little extra to see them. You know, it's Road to WrestleMania season. We don't mind paying a little extra to see the Road to WrestleMania. Oh, it's John Cena's last tour. We don't mind paying a little extra. They catch people with some moments. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
It's the
You know what
supply and
kind
demand.
you know what kind of cracked me up. I want to say it was sometime after WrestleMania 40 when after Cody finished the story, Roman takes a hiatus. Okay, that October, uh, SmackDown was going to be in my hometown. Tickets were a little on the lower end, and like, uh, was it that SummerSlam when he came back? I forget, but he come back, and once he was back, I guess God is my witness, the tickets doubled in price that night because the OTC is back in town. Certain folks, love it or hate it, do play a role in the ticket prices. Is that fair to us consumers? No, but it is business. I
Yeah.
again, but again, if you're gonna charge arm and leg, sure. But again, at the very least, give us a worthy card, at least.
Yeah, cause it's like, all right. I used to go to a lot of the events when they would come out here, Raw, SmackDown. If I could go to, if they did a 3-day weekend, I'll go to that shit too. So I'm sitting there like, all right, I could see what's worth it and what's not worth it. And I honestly feel like the higher the prices go, it's better to watch from home because you're not getting the full show when you're in person. And it don't benefit if you're not getting your hand slapped by one of the wrestlers. It don't make sense to be in the middle of a section where you're not getting no play. To be fair,
Hmm.
you don't hear the commentary. You gonna be trying to like move your head to see where the wrestlers at. The action spill to a certain area.
Oh, did I
Especially
ever
if you're
tell
on
you
the
about?
ground level. If you're on the ground level, you definitely gotta like, hold on.
Oh, I know. When I was at Double or Nothing earlier this summer, I couldn't see 80% of the show. I'm dead ass. Like 80% of what was going on, I'm like hunched over trying to look at the Tron just to get off of that. You couldn't see the Tron up top because the cage was blocking most of the show, and the way the ring was set up, you couldn't see jack shit anyway. So yeah, most of the show had to rewatch on VOD.
I remember it was a time we was in the arena, and I guess the fans was trying to watch from the Titantron because they was far, and they was chanting, "Turn the lights down," because the shits was so bright that they couldn't even watch from the angle of where the Titantron was
Or
at. The light
do
just
that,
blaring down.
or we can't see you.
Yeah, like it was just crazy work. Like Remember a time the Titantron had nothing on it. It was just black while the match going on in the ring. But you could see it on the actual side, like it's live, but just like in the arena, Titantron up there wasn't
It
on.
just glitched
So
out.
yeah, some people was kind of fucked on that angle. Like damn. That's how I'm like definitely depending on seating. If you got one of those like barricade on the entrance where Cody Rhodes is about to give your son the helmet or take his helmet off, give him a hug. Yeah, American Nightmare. Like yeah, you lit. You lit. If you got the seat where Jay Uso come down, he giving you high five, picking up your kid, you lit.
But again, that's
You
again
lit.
just
But if you
learn
sitting
your
somewhere in the
surroundings.
arena off camera and they charging you the same amount as if you in the hard cam side,
Hmm.
if you like, you know what I'm saying, by the entrance ramp, behind the commentary, I don't know what to tell you. I like, damn. Cause it's slightly different from being in a concert. I just came back from the Chris Brown and Usher concert, and I feel like it's similar in a sense. You don't want to sit somewhere bad where you can't see the performance. But if you came for a vibe in the music, you're gonna get that.
Yeah.
You're gonna get that at a concert. So if you're a person that don't give a fuck, like, nah, I just want to be in the building. That's cool for you. But if you actually trying to watch the wrestling show, it's hard to enjoy from certain seats. I'm not gonna lie. Especially like if you told me, okay, we could go sit all the way at the top for $20, fuck it. But y'all talking about $120? Yeah, nah, I'm not doing that. $220? Definitely not.
For the nosebleeds.
Definitely not. Mm-mm.
That's next level
Why
diabolical, if you ask me.
why would I do that when let's say back when the Knicks before they won the championship, it was the bad, or even Brooklyn Nets. You go to a bad sports team and you sitting in that same seat
And
for
then to that, my old man used to have a saying: "I got the fridge right there, got the bathroom right there, got the chair right here. I'm good off of those."
Okay, so let me ask you something because I know this is way more deeper, and I probably can't get an answer, but I want like a general. Do you think that arenas should have a flat rate for seats,
As
and the
opposed to
only
what, stadiums?
ones, yeah, and the only ones that should be charged for are built-in seats, like the ones that are on the ground. That let's say WWE added an extra more seats, what like at
So
a football arena, one of those.
so
Like,
certain markets kind of already do something like that, but the issue with that is those quote unquote premier seats per se are always gone during pre-sale. So if you take the pre-sale out the way, make it open season, then by all means. But I mean, yeah. Ultimately, again, at the end of the day, it does help if you kind of know the venue. That way, again,
that
we have a
helps. Yep.
yeah. So that way you kind of know if you go over here again. Yes, it may be like $20 more than this side over here. This seat is a little cheaper, but if you spend a little extra dough or less, go over here, you're gonna be able to see the ring. You can still see the ramp. You can still catch the pyro. Everything else you can still see, and then you can still maybe catch maybe like the commentator's reaction or something like that. Or if you want to be more towards the hard camp side, then you can just sit back at your leisure. You're good. At the end of the day, yes, everyone's gonna have their preference of where they want to be. Just because the ticket price is what it is, doesn't always guarantee the premier experience.
Yeah, like I'll be seeing some YouTube videos, and I don't know. I'll be feeling like there's no way that there was folks saying like you said 16,000, and then you got other folks that saying they got decent seats for 200 the day of. Like I was like, nah, this like what
Now,
like
now, again, the day of, again, certain folks they will try to discount tickets or resell and all that stuff. That is possible. Uh, also there's times to where say if it's close to the showtime and like say like that seat got canceled whatever out the blue, they may sell it off at a bargain. Stuff like that does happen, much like it does at concerts or sporting events. But
I ain't gonna hold you. I'll
honestly,
be tight, bro.
I think people just bullshit the ticket what they paid for it. Honestly,
It gotta be because I'll be tight. If let's say I spent whatever amount, and then on the day of here you come, like, well, yeah, I just paid $40 for this ticket. Like, yo,
for
bro,
a $300 seat.
well, like, bro, yeah, everybody, y'all heard that? Everybody, like, you heard that?
and to the jabrona that tried to pull that at me, I'm saying, all right, well, guess what? You're buying the first round of beers for this whole
man,
row
like,
because I've got to show us to where again, even out here, like those tickets, most times they don't go down in price; they will go up in price until they they're sold because you know some folks may get a little desperate that want to attend, but if it's the day of, then I can see like a little discount, whatever. Nothing too crazy,
yeah, that shit
because
don't work out here. Cause the last event that they did out here, I tried to wait the day of, but it shit was opposite. The tickets actually went up more.
oh yeah, same over here. Because I think the last Raw I went to, because usually I'm pretty much in the same general area always. Because again, it's most convenient for me is I can see everything without having to be obscured and all that. On average, usually the areas if I get it early enough, it's about 250 before taxes. I want to say it was before Mania 41. I got my ticket earlier in time, so I got it for maybe about $200, a little cheaper than usual. But the week before the show, that ticket in that area was almost $600.
Nah, see, I could see that because that has happened to me where I when like I looked one when the tickets came out either or a few months later, it'd be one price, and then closing in, I'll see the difference. Like, okay, they knocked it down a few, but also I guess I gotta take into account too. I'm in New York, you also in Cali, so depending who they bring out for our hometowns or like New York is the home of WWE, so they always trying to do some sexy shit when they come around here. Like, should be crazy. Like, I can't
Yeah,
remember the last thing they did exactly when they was in W.
but
I
also
think that
but again, with your neck of the woods, we're talking the Mecca as well. So it's always gonna be booming business over there. But again, same with California. Again, just two very big markets. So it's just one of those things where we're just damn if you do, damn if you don't.
yeah, basically yeah. But what we doing? We watching NXT tomorrow? Or we skipping out on that? What we doing?
What's that card looking like? Now that I think about it,
Or
I mean,
like,
I'm sure we're. I mean, it's the go home show for Heatwave, so we should definitely see some in regards to Cruz Montana, Zilla, Grayson, and Tony D. Um, what is the Heatwave card? Let me see.
now when is the Heat Wave on Saturday or like is that
Sunday,
the this
same
Sunday?
same day as the AEW show.
Okay.
Let's, oh, that's right. Tomorrow we're getting the Dion Lennox versus Saquon Sugars in the weaponized steel cage match.
Mm.
And then that's the only advertised for tomorrow that I'm seeing. Oh no, we're also getting Callie Armstrong versus Zarya. If she wins, she'll be added to the unification match at Heatwave. And then at Heatwave, we're gonna get Kendall Gray versus Kalani Jordan. Tomorrow on NXT, we're getting Phoenix defending his Cruiserweight Championship match against EK Prosper.
Mm.
We are getting Birthright in action versus a bunch of Jay Bros. And here's a name you haven't heard in a while. Remember Noam Dar?
Yep.
He's a yeah, he's back. Uh, Also at Heat Wave, we are getting the Vanity Project versus the team, Miles Bourne and Tavion Heights, who are defending their tag team championships. And Miles Bourne also pulling double duty this weekend as he's also taking on Vanity Project's Jackson Drake. So, got two boys pulling double duty this Sunday.
Mm,
So,
I heard you.
it's gonna be interesting.
I guess, chat. I'm gonna be honest. We're gonna treat it like a game time decision. If something really notable happens, I guess if we just bored and got time, then we'll talk about it too. But really though, if it's like a just like a really like a like I mean, you said it's the go home episode for Heat Wave, right? Like what could possibly be happening tomorrow,
Some bullshit.
right? Like
But again, knowing the Heartbreak Kid, who knows?
I think you know what I think happens tomorrow. Don't Ray Phoenix supposed to defend his
Yeah,
shit?
against the EK Prosper, he's defending
Okay,
the.
that's it. That's what it is, Chad. That's gonna be aside from Zilla. I think that's what we got to look forward to tomorrow.
Well, and also again the ultimate fallout of Darkstay with Saquon and Dion in that steel cage. Other than that, it's gonna be, we'll see.
That's right.
But
Yeah.
at the very
Damn.
least, expect us to talk a whole lot of shit.
I guess Ray Phoenix can't say he ain't been put to work since coming to WWE. If you're looking at a total where he's like AAA, NXT, SmackDown, Raw, like
Hmm.
my boy came to work. Not gonna lie. Wow. But yeah, Chad, like I said, if we finish watching and we feel like it's newsworthy, we'll pop out. If not, we'll joint it together with SmackDown news, just like what we did tonight, where we jointed SmackDown's episode with Raw tonight. You know what I'm saying?
Now,
So
unfortunately, SmackDown was taped today. Again, I'm trying to duck and dodge all spoilers that come out of that, like Solo Sokoa doing the Matrix, dodging the warning shots. Feel me?
yep, that's right. I know I'm trying to do the same thing. I'm trying to stay away from like I know I want to engage in the community, cause that's what I've been doing more of on social through the Wallace Studios page on Twitter. But I hope to not see nothing. I hope to not see nothing. Please, check. Don't spoil it for some of us that just want to watch it.
Now,
Please.
now for the snippet that I accidentally caught, I'm genuinely curious to see your thoughts about it later this week, H.
Okay.
Just a little spoiler there, a little Easter egg,
Okay.
if you will.
Okay. This week gonna go by fast for me too though, cause like just on the side tip chat, if you are excited about any video games, August 26th, y'all might see me back on them courts, hooping.
What?
I
What?
thought I retired.
What?
Thought it was my last year.
What?
But then I beat the Houston Rockets in the Western Conference.
What?
Then I moved on to Philly
What?
and I signed a 2-year deal.
What? Was it a max deal?
Nah,
Ah.
it's just a 5. It's just a 5 mil. What was it? 8 mil? It's just an 8 mil joint for a year. And I'm coming back for 2 more years and
He
host.
said he said he's knocking out all bums.
Yeah, I feel
He
like the
said he wants
LeBron.
the smoke. If you want some, come get some. Shout out to John Cena.
Feel
What?
me? I feel like the King James of NBA 2K community. So 2K August 26th, we're gonna be
not too much.
game
Not too
two.
much.
Not too much. Not too much. That's something that I'm gonna be excited for. So I think I'm gonna be chilling coming up to Friday. Like I'm not fiending for no spoilers. Good.
But again, like I said, we got SmackDown this Friday. We have essentially a pay-per-view and a PLE this Sunday, Raw on Monday, and then next weekend we getting ready for Labor Day weekend.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Now I don't know about everybody else what y'all got planned, but I just say stay safe. You know what I'm saying? Stay in the loop. Of course, tap in. Follow my brother Razor. You know what I'm saying? Follow HD. You know what I'm saying? I think we touched on everything we had to for today.
Well, everything important at least.
Right? Everything important at least. Oh yeah, Chad. It's about to get spooky in here. Wow. What a thumbnail.
Chilling at the head of the table where the bosses sit, stunning everything in sight, whether it's in the bloodline or corporate. Walk me out, they laid a big smile on handcuffed by officers. Hold on, wait, I think they lost the script. We got some shooters. It's off the hip. Yeah. Oh, chilling at the head of the table where the bosses sit, stunning everything in sight, whether it's in the bloodline or corporate. Walk me out, they rain a big smile on handcuffed by officers. Hold on, wait, I think they lost the script. We got some shooters. Chilling at the head of the table where the bosses
He caught me, y'all. He caught me.
Whether it's in the bloodline or corporate. Walk me out the arena, big smile on handcuffed by officers. Hold on, wait, I think they lost the